full steak. So a little bit earlier, Jill, I prepared a flank steak.
Okay, well this is one of my favorite cuts too, and the reason I like it is that you can cut it nice and thin. It's for that perfect time when you don't necessarily want everyone to have a big steak on their plate. They want maybe just a few slices. Cutting it is tricky because if you go with the grain, and it has a very definite striation, and if you go with the grain, you're going to have those chewy bits and they'll get stuck in your teeth, whereas if you go against the grain, you're going to cut across, and then it's going to be much more tender and easy to do. So the very easy way to do that, by you first take the first slice, and you'll know immediately whether you're with the grain or against the grain. And if you're with it, then you simply flip it over, then you're going against. And like we talked before, first thing you do, I'm going to do this with my carving knife. I'm going to get my steel and I'm going to hone my knife first, and again, 14-degree angle. I'm just going to realign those teeth. Okay, so let's get carving. So let's have a look. So it looks really good. We're going to just tuck in there and see which way we're going. And I've got against the grain. Yeah. So perfectly cooked, and I really like the fact you mentioned you let this rest. And that is another thing, Jeff, that people don't do. They don't let their meat rest. I always take it off the grill, put it on a rack. All the juices redistribute within it. If you don't do that, you know what happens.
Exactly.
Everything runs out on your board.
All the time. So important, so important.
Yeah, so I just stopped into my garden. Depending on what, I sometimes like rosemary with beef as well, so you can garnish your platter with some fresh herbs and just put that on there. And the other thing I often like to do is just a little finish of mulled and salt, which is a really good sea salt, and just crush it between my fingers over the top, and sometimes a little drizzle of olive oil. You mentioned you like olive oil. Yeah. And then you are all set. And leftovers, oh my gosh, next day.
Well, let's finish slicing this up.
Alrighty.
And once again, thanks very much for coming by and sharing some more knife tips with us.
You are most welcome.
How to cut up and talk about this flank.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
Today, I helped a senior find transportation to an important medical appointment.
Today, I helped a new mom find virtual programming so she didn't feel so isolated.
Today, I helped someone understand new government supports.
Every day, 211 navigators connect Canadians to critical government and community programs and services.
211. Help starts here.
This is Rogers TV.
Fans, and welcome to Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet. It is night one of a triple header here at the half mile in Delaware, and Rogers TV has night number one. Good evening, Chris Soares, Kate Friel, getting set for crowning a champion tonight. We'll give you more details on that. And bone stocks are here, V8 stocks are here, Kate.
Yeah, it's going to be a great night of racing. Definitely excited to see who comes home with the Dayco championship, but also see how the bone stocks fare, as well as the V8s. So we'll see if any points change and any leaders change in their point series as well.
Let's check in with the third member of our team, trackside, to Jeremy McGrady. Good evening, Jer.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Kate. Yes, as you mentioned there, Chris, a great weekend of racing here. The Great Canadian Race Weekend here at Delaware Speedway. As you mentioned tonight, we've got the bone stocks, the V8s, and the Dayco Superstock. It's going to be a great night, going to crown a champion. And to be a champion, to grow the great Canadian wrestling legend Bret the Hitman Hart, you got to be the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. So who will be crowned champion tonight? We'll have to find out later on tonight. I'll send it back up to you upstairs.
Yeah, we're going to go split screen because I hear congratulations are in order. Jeremy McGrady, Rogers Volunteer Appreciation Night this past week, and I hear you won the bingo, so congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a good little thrill there. didn't expect myself to win at the very end there. Had to wait till the very end, the last moment to get this victory.
All right, congratulations. We'll talk more with Jared later. I'm just wondering, Kate, where our invite was.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't have one, but that's okay.
Yeah,
because I guess we can play Optimist Bingo next Monday because it'll be
I
back.
guess we're getting paid now, so that's fantastic. Let's go to the bone stock standings here. Jeremiah Rabideau to chip in a little bit last week. Kate still trails Matt Langford by 11.
Yeah, and then Donovan Clark, Justin Culver, Paul Fothergill are on your top 5 there. Let's see if Rabideau is able to chip away more at Langford or if Langford can keep extending his lead. I talked to him last week, and he's looking to just come home with the championship there.
Yeah, it's definitely a 2-horse race. Let's go to the V8 stocks, where right now it is a 3-4 horse race. Doug Stewart leading 11 points ahead of the Watson Motorsports group. Then Jeff Ferguson, Jordan Morris, Lucas Orr, your top 5. But a lot of different new drivers here tonight. Should be an interesting night for the V8s.
Yeah, I hear that Kara Martin is back, as well as we did see J.R. Fitzpatrick bringing out a vehicle. We did speak to him earlier in the season as well. He came out for one of the invitational races and wanted to put on some laps and is now back, and we'll see what he can do. He said this class very much intrigued him. So.
Yeah, to the Dayco Championship, and Jared mentioned the quote from Brett the Hitman Hart. I'll mention a quote from the great nature boy Ric Flair: to be the man, woo, you got to beat the man. And right now it's Carson Nagy at the top of the charts, but only by 4, Kate. He wants to get crowned the champion tonight. We will crown a champion in the Dayco Superstock Series tonight.
Yeah, Carson Nagy's got Sean Chenoweth. And Lane Zardo's there too, which is very intriguing. Lane Zardo runs here quite often as well. But Carson Nagy had a rough go last week, so hoping to bounce back and not have any issues this week and just get that championship in the bag.
Look how tight that is. The top 10 separated by 12 points. That is it. You make a mistake today, you're in trouble.
And that is a great series. When everybody's that close and racing that tight, anything can happen. So we'll see who gets the championship tonight.
There you see the 50 of Rogers baseball personality Joey Langdon behind the wheel. He'll have the pole in the opening heat race. That is the bone stock division in that yellow and white 50. As we have the cars on the track getting set. So we're going to do bone stock and V8 stock heat races, race fans, and then we're going to go Dayco Superstock group qualifying. Each group will get 5 laps. We'll document that when they get to the track. We do have a stopped car in turn 4. That is the 17 of Jennifer Hatch. Having trouble with that 17 machine. I believe she was supposed to start on the front row with Langdon, so she's going to get a little help here. And we'll see if that 17 can get refired. She'll be disappointed with that. They're going to have to do some work on that 17 for sure. As mentioned, night number 1 of a triple header here, race fans. There is more racing tomorrow, including the APC series. The Oscars are here. Sunday, V8 stocks return for some action, and the top stock car series in Canada, the NASCAR series, is taken to the track on Sunday, triple header. There you see the backstretch. Look at that campground, and that's just a little bit of it. There is so many trailers on the outside of the track in turns 1 and 2 as well. Triple header weekend here at Delaware Speedway. You can find out ticket information at DelawareSpeedway.com.
And it's going to be a great weekend of racing. Everybody's excited to be here and be here continuously. It's nice that we are closer being local, but you see all those trailers and everybody's parked and ready to camp this weekend and have a great time. You can kind of see them going up towards the road there to the left-hand side of your screen. There was trailers everywhere.
Absolutely. Lights off the Delaware Speedway Pace vehicle. Thanks for joining us. Our second to last broadcast of the season here on Rogers TV, and thank you so much for being a part of it tonight. Chris Orrs, Kate Friel, Jeremy McGrady with us as we get set for the opening heat race tonight. In the bone stock division, we're expecting probably at least three heat races here from the division. Lots of cars here. Langdon will bring him out at turn number 4 to look to the flag stand. It's Scott Mackey. Green flag, we're racing on a cool, chilly night at the half mile in Delaware.
And unfortunately, Chris, it looks like the 17 of Jennifer Hatch won't make the green flag for this one, so we may see her later in the B main if they can get that fixed.
Here they go down the back. Langdon getting passed on the outside for the lead, but Langdon fighting back the group all together. Big group of cars coming out of turn number 4. And Langdon will lead that opening lap. And Joey stays. Here's Roberts coming into the 15 machine underneath for second spot. Hicks in that 12 Wonderbread car. Now Roberts will go to the outside and blow right by the 50 machine and grab the lead into turn number 3.
Looks like the 333 is going to make a move to the inside on Joe Hicks. They were 3 wide there for a minute, but Kicks is able to dodge to the inside of the 50, taking that second spot.
If you are following along with us on your live timing and scoring, don't forget the Dayco Superstocks are our separate page on that menu for you. The bone stocks and V8 stocks on a page on their own if you're following along with us on live timing and scoring. There you see Langdon almost hit the wall out of turn number 4. He'll get split by Randy Martin. Meanwhile, Roberts up front and alone in that 15. It's Hicks in second. Len Starrett up to third now in that 1 machine. And it is the 52R of Randy Martin up to the 4th spot. Front 3 separated quite nicely. There's the 333 of Liam Boschel on the inside, getting passed on the outside by the 71 of John Clausen. A couple of orange machines there into turn number 1, and Clausen will make the pass around Boschel. Boschel will fight back on the inside. There's Howard in the 59. The 18 is Dave Middleton. The 50 is Langdon. And Langdon to the outside of the 59 of Cassie Howard. As Boschel continues to battle with Clausen side by side at the line with the 5 laps to go. We're halfway through this heat race. And they'll remain side by side through turns 1 and 2. And the advantage back to Clausen, who will gain that 5th position. My apologies, 6th position for the 71 of John Clausen. Leader way out in front, Sterling Roberts out of turn number 2 and down and back another time. A very healthy lead over now the 1 of Len Starrett. Len Starrett having a good run, Kate, up to 2nd in that 1 spot. Randy Martin up to 3rd now, so good run for both those cars.
Yeah, those front 3 cars are having a great run. It looks like there is something wrong with the 12 of Joe Kicks. Very slow on the backstretch. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him pull to the inside. But he's going to keep it trying to go. But
yeah, he'll stay on the track. He's had some struggles the last few weeks in that Ricky Bobby replica number 12. There's the leader, Roberts, coming around 2 to go this time by for Sterling Roberts in that 15 bone stock. Len Starrett comfortably in 2nd, Randy Martin comfortably in 3rd. The battle's for the 4th spot. There's 6 cars all together. Looks like Kicks has gotten some speed back, Kate.
yeah, I wonder if he missed a shift or something. I did hear that is a new car, so okay. I'm wondering if maybe it's just a little bit of uncomfortableness in the car so far, but good to see the 12 car back up and running.
Roberts to the outside will pass the 98. The 98 being asked to get down to the lower groove. White flag on the speedway. Great battle coming out of turn number 4. Almost contact there. 6 cars all together. Now Kicks has got a kick in the rear because that 12's coming back up to the 3rd spot. There's that battle through turns 1 and 2. It's all Roberts coming out of turn 4 with the car slow on the speedway in turn number 3. It'll go to the apron. There's the checkered flag for Roberts. It'll be Starrett finishing 2nd. Martin 3rd. Kicks is back up to 4th. That 12 definitely had an issue, Kate, but rebounded nicely. Out of turn number 4 will grab the 4th spot. And then a gaggle battling for the 5th spot. And there's your winner of heat race number 1, the bone stock, Sterling Roberts in that number 15. Yeah, I think the 12 maybe missed a shift or something, Kate. You nailed it right on the head there because the last couple of laps definitely at full speed for the 12.
Yeah, and whatever was going wrong is no longer going wrong. That car looked great near the end of that race.
Absolutely. Roberts coming around to take a quick picture at the Victor Lane here at Delaware Speedway. And we'll pause when we come back from break. More bone stock heat races here. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Ray Cullen Chevrolet. Racing to money, and that's the key. On Chevy, Buick, GMC. Ray Cullen Chevrolet. You should drive by Ray today.
I walk for my partner who is on dialysis.
I walk in memory of my dad.
I walk for all those waiting for a kidney transplant.
I walk because I live with kidney disease. When you participate in the Kidney Walk or support someone who does, you're taking steps and providing hope to thousands of Canadians living with kidney disease. Behind every step, there's someone we walk for.
Who will you be walking for?
Who will you be walking for?
Who will you be walking for?
Register or donate at kidneywalk.ca.
Welcome back. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet. A new Delaware Speedway merch store now available online, shipping to anywhere in Canada or the U.S. www.delawarespeedway.com/shop or merchandise link on the homepage. Stay up to date with all the Delaware Speedway fashions, with new products continuously being added as we get set for Bone Stock Heat Race number 2 here at Delaware Speedway. And good to see the 17, Jennifer Hatch, back on the track. So they gave her a spot, shotgun on the field in heat number 2, which is pretty nice as far as the Delaware officials go.
Yeah, it's great that they're giving the drivers the opportunity to still run, even when something does go wrong. So from a driver perspective, that's awesome. But I think we have one to go.
Yes, one to go. Lights off the Delaware Speedway pace vehicle. The number 88 from the Stair Racing Stable up front. There's the 17 of Jennifer Hatch. Now she's way back from the field, though. Is she going to come in here?
Maybe they were just letting her go out, shake down the car, make sure that it's running okay so that she's able to run the B main.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
So that's a possibility as well.
Outside row number 1, Ian Levesque and that number 10. Here they come. Out of turn number 4, looking to the flag stand. Bone Stock Heat Race number 2 underway. A slow start by the 64 of Clausen, way off the pace. They'll do some bumper tag at turn number 1. A couple of cars got into another. Side by side out of turn number 2. Here comes the 55 on the outside. A good run there by Craig Cole. We saw Derek Musker in that car last week. That car had issues, a penalty and an issue, could not complete the race. But it's Cole out front in that 55. We call it the three-wheeled marvel. Why do you say that? Well, watch it go into turn number 3. It only uses 3 wheels if they have it set up like that tonight. There's the 56 of Gary Triska getting around the 10 of Levesque. The 11 there is Wollaston.
And the 3 on your screen there, Mike Howard, only his second race of the year. They've had somebody else running the number 3 number for points, but second time that Mike's back in the vehicle.
Yes, with that Dale Earnhardt Sr. replica paint job on that number 3, which looks beautiful. In the second spot is Howard, followed by Triska, Levesque, Wollaston, your top 5. It's Craig Cole up front. There's the 69 of Mitchell Rawlings. The 19 is Verburn. Look at that left rear on the 19. That pops up off the track in the corners as well. A big gaggle at the line there, 3 wide going into turn number 1. It's Wollaston in the middle, Rawlings on the inside, Verburn in the 19. They all pass the 10 of Levesque. That's a battle for 4th. Wollaston in 11, 69 is Rawlings, 19 is Verburn. There's the 27, that's Conrad Julian to the inside of the Verburn machine. As Craig Cole continues to lead. Nice gaggle of 4 cars there. They'll funnel into turn number 1. Rawlings will grab that spot from Wollaston. Julian to the inside in that 27, looking strong. Battling with Wollaston on the outside for Burns there in the 19. The 48 of Jack Dixon's there as well. A few of these drivers doing some double duty last weekend. They were in the half mile at Delaware here last Friday, then hopped over to the quarter mile in Grand Bend. As the season has progressed, we're seeing a lot more Bone Stocks exploring both the half mile and the quarter mile format of racing, which is nice to see for those 2 tracks.
It's nice to see for those 2 tracks, but I think that the Bone Stock division in a whole with 4-cylinder racing has really expanded, just with the ability for drivers to get into the sport. It's cheaper racing than other divisions, but also it can be very competitive, as we've seen here at Delaware.
Absolutely. There's your battle running through turns 1 and 2. That's a battle for 5th. Rawlings has left that battle. So has Verburn. So that's actually a battle for 6th now. Julian in the 27. Dixon in the 48. Wollaston in the 11. Leaders coming around. 3 to go this time by. It's still Craig Cole out in front. Mike Howard having a good run. Remaining in the 2nd spot ahead of Gary Triska. Triska slowly reeling that Howard machine in, but not very quickly. But Rawlings is leading, reeling both them in. There's Wollaston in the 11. 10 is Levesque. Here's the gap from the leader back to Howard in that 2nd spot. Cole will take 2 laps to go this time by. Howard and Triska, your top 3. Rawlings, Verburn, Julian, Dixon, Wollaston, Levesque, and Stan Cook round out the top 10. Here with a lap and a half to go. Big gap there, as you see, with the backdrop of Camp Delaware. It's Cole coming around to take the white flag at the stripe. 1 lap to go. Howard still protecting that 2nd spot by about 3 car lengths over Triska. But it is all Craig Cole in the 55. Let's watch the 55 into turn 3. Kate, see if that setting brings that left rear tire up in the corner here. It's already up off the track. Look at that, not even rotating. And working the corners out of turn 4. Checkered flag in the air for the 55. Craig Cole will win at Bone Stock Heat race number 2. Howard will finish 2nd, followed by Triska, Rawlings, Verburn, Julian, Dixon. Then it's going to be Levesque and Cook. Your top 9, William Clausen getting in the 10th spot. That'll be the top 10 for Bone Stock Heat race number 2. Let's check in trackside with Jeremy McGrady.
Thank you, Chris. Yeah, I'm standing by here with Carson Nagy, currently leading the Dayco Superstock Series. Now Carson here with a championship race tonight, leading by that small margin, just that over the double-digit marker. What's going to be the need for you to try to get this one and close out the championship tonight?
The way today's been going so far, I'm going to have to end up winning the thing tonight. It's going to be that close. We got a really good car tonight. Had to take some big swings in practice, but we got it there, and I feel pretty good. And you know, I've been racing with Lane hard the last few years. It's been a ton of fun, and I don't think it'll be any different tonight.
Well, you mentioned the battle with Lane. Not only are you battling here in the Dayco Series as well, but also in the Delaware Superstock Series. The two of you are battling out. How fun is it to be able to battle not only in just one series here at Delaware, but in 2, knowing that you've got Lane right behind you? Yeah, it keeps us on our toes. We got to be really good every single weekend, and yeah, struggled a bit in the Delaware season this year with the Inventory Express Series, but hopefully tonight we can swing our momentum our way and keep it rolling for the end of the year. Yeah, and as we close out this calendar year, anyone you want to thank, obviously, to get this car being up in the top of the points? Yeah, I got to thank ComberviewParts.ca, Queenston Chev, the Fireplace and Patio Shop. You know, without them, I wouldn't be here every week. Everybody that works on this, Nate, Jordan's here spawned for me tonight, my dad, brother, my mom, and everyone in McCall Racing. They've built a rocket ship, and hopefully we can do them proud tonight. Well, thanks for your time, Carson, and best of luck here tonight. Yes, thank you. Back upstairs.
All right, thank you very much. Getting set for Bone Stock Heat race number 3. This will be the last heat race. It'll be the fastest cars, and our points battle is in this race. And an interesting start. Jeremiah Rabideau, Kate, outside row number 4. Langford back at the back of the field. You get a point for each position in the top 10 only for the heat races. If you get in the top 10, you're going to get points depending on where you finish. Langford has some work to do. Here we go. Pace car drops onto pit road. Getting set for Bone Stock Heat race number 3. They'll come out at turn number 4. Green flag. We're racing Jesse Herbsel on the point. Daniel Mayu in the 28. The 93 is Meyer. And they'll go into turns number 1 and 2. We'll watch for that Rabideau machine. 4 rows back to make some moves and see what Langford can do, the points leader. They'll go 3 wide into turn number 1. They'll split Herzl. It's Mayu out in front. Meyer to the 2nd spot. The 25 is Adam Generou, but it's Mayu that'll lead the opening lap.
Mayu ends up getting that opening lap, and he just wants to keep on rolling here. But nobody else does.
Rabideau trying to advance up the right side. Outside behind Craig, quickly up to the 4th spot. Meanwhile, Langford marred back in traffic. He's got 3 wide for 2 rows in front of him, and the points leader in trouble right now. It's a short little stint race here, and Jeremiah Rabideau trying to take advantage. Rabideau bottom right, leaders top left. Mayu up the top. There's the 25 is Genereux top left. The 40 is Craig. The 93 is Meyer. And Rabideau to the outside of the 40 and Craig looking for the 4 spot. Meanwhile, Langford still marred behind 3. Wide traffic going into turn number 3 and well outside the points. Here come the leaders at the stripe. It's Mayu in the 28. Rabideau's up to the 4 spot now. And Langford way back in the 13th position, 3 cars away from getting a single point, but he has to get by these cars, and they're not slow cars. This is the fastest of average cars from the last few events here in the Bone Stock division. Meyer in the 93, Genereux in the 25. Rabideau will duck to the inside, but want to make it 3 wide here at the line. Got to be careful here, got to keep that car intact. Langford still at the back of the pack. It's Mayu way out in front. Rabideau trying to grab some spots here into the 4th spot right now, which would be 7 points for Jeremiah. Langford still battling at the back. There you see the 0-3 bottom right. That's your points leader. Still at the back of the field in the 13th spot officially right now. And Rabideau in the 4th spot. There's that battle with Rabideau. That's a battle for second with Genereux, Meyer, and Rabideau. And there's a gaggle, Kate, of 10 cars. Langford's in that mess right now going into turn number 3.
Yeah, door to door back there, 2 by 2. There is a 3, but everybody's jostling for position. Everybody wants that extra points going into the feature race, take a little bit of the pressure off. Langford just needs to keep his car clean and hopefully catch up as many points as he can.
Right now he's 3 points out of a point position. He would have to pass Nathan Rhea, who's 2 car lengths ahead of him, but 3 cars in between. Meanwhile, Rabideau's up to 3rd spot.
The other thing that we've got to worry about, too, for Langford is, does this mean that he may have to run the B main?
Interesting. Good point there. Absolutely great point. Rabideau up to 2nd spot. Jeremiah Rabideau making a statement early tonight in this points battle for the Bone Stocks. Langford 3 positions away from a single point. Rabideau would get 9, 2 laps to go if the race was to finish right now. What a gaggle of cars that Langford's a mess of. 9 cars he's involved with, and 8 of them are ahead of him. He's the 9th car in that gaggle right now, running through turns 1 and 2, and just can't get anything going.
And most of the time out of this heat race, they only take 8 to 10 cars. So right now, Langford would have to run that B main. Definitely not what that team wants to see.
White flag on the speedway, and I don't think there's any points allocated to the B main. You just have to get in the first few spots to get into the A main. Rabideau into the final lap at 2nd spot. It's Mayu out front. Rabideau looking at 9 points right now. And Langford up to 11th spot now with 2 cars in front of him. Out of turn 4, Mayu's going to win it. Rabideau with a big statement here will grab 9 points. Here comes Langford out of turn number 4, looking for some spots. He's not going to make it. He's going to finish 12th and probably into the B main, as Kate mentioned. So 9 points gained on Langford's lead by Jeremiah Rabideau unofficially would mean a 2-point differential going to the A main tonight. A huge statement by the driver of the 5 car.
Yeah, the 5 car really is trying to hang in there, wants to continue to gain these points inch by inch, race by race. He wants those points. He wants to make it close. Make him sweat. Make him work for it.
Don't forget, coming up Monday, Rogers TV at 8 o'clock. It is Optimus Club Bingo on Rogers TV. We'll be right back. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Don't get caught unprepared this summer. White's Rental is your one-stop shop for lawnmower tune-ups and repairs. You can visit us at our new location, 785 Little Simcoe Street.
I've dedicated my life to helping victims.
To seeking justice.
And justice will be served.
We're working as a team.
And that team works most effectively when it works together.
You're safe. I got you. All of us want the same thing.
Justice.
Justice.
Justice for every victim.
So you're not giving up on us. Giving up I'm just getting started.
Welcome back to Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen, the Chevrolet, Chris Soares, Kate Friel, top of the tower, Jeremy McGrady, trackside. Out of town scoreboard from downtown London. The Erie Otters lead the London Knights by a score of 2-0 preseason play. We'll have our season debut of Knights hockey here on Rogers TV coming up 2 weeks from tonight here on Rogers TV Live, London Knights hockey. All right, getting set for the V8 stocks. And with 11 cars in this opening heat, look like we have at least 20 V8 stocks. That is incredible how this division has grown. And there's a truck too. That's the 01 of Devin Blumendahl. We haven't seen him in a long time, but this division has grown in the last couple of years since they brought in the breakout rule. And this year it's 21.1 seconds. Kate, take us through what the rule is.
We're going to be watching to make sure that nobody goes faster. They're running 21.0 anything. They've got to complete a stop and go penalty on the backstretch. So you definitely don't want to break out. You don't want to go too fast. You want to make sure that you are staying at that 21.1, but you also want to push it and you also want to pass cars. Keeps this pack really close together and gives us some great racing as we're about to go green.
Yep, Kate will watch the clock for us when the V8 stocks are on the track. Blumendahl will lead him to the line with Jeremy Taggart. Green flag, we're racing with the V8 stocks. A huge field for V8 stocks here tonight. So excited about that. Blumendahl very loose for turns 1 and 2, but we'll grab the lead early.
Blumendahl threw that truck in there with not a care in the world whether it was skating or not.
Absolutely. Blumendahl will lead the opening lap. Then it's the Taggart machine. Kevin Wheaton in the number 4. Rockwood in the 4th spot, Lucas Orr in the 95, up to 5th. And this will be their first lap at speed. The opening lap, we don't have to worry about it because they're starting slow. They can go as fast as they want. Now we start marking the times.
Blumendahl with a breakout.
The leader breaks out, second lap in. 20.93. You got to be 21.1 or slower. He's going to have to do a stop and go on the backstretch. And he'll definitely lose the lead. He'll go drop right to the back of the pack for sure. And that'll give the lead to Jeremy Taggart. We'll see Blumendahl stop here in the back, I would imagine.
Now, Chris, I don't know if you heard on his breakout lap there, you heard him just drop right off the gas at the start-finish line.
Yeah.
Still wasn't enough, still broke out.
Blumendahl will stop and now go. He was at the back of the field. Taggart will lead now, followed by Wheaton in the 4. Then it's the 91 of Rockwood, who won the double features last Sunday at Grand Bend Speedway in a bone stock. Orr gets off the pace. Martin will grab the 4th spot, followed by the points leader, Doug Stewart. He's up to 5th. But it's Taggart will lead him out of turn number 4. 5 down, 5 to go, cross flags in the air. Rockwood's there now, Kevin Wheaton's there, trying to battle. Rockwood's trying to catch that lead pair. Karen Martin looking really good in that 53. I think she's 15 or 16 years old, if I'm not mistaken. She's young. She raced boat stocks last year in Grand Bend, and before that, junior late models 2 years before. I think I would be tough to believe that she's over 16. She's a young driver, and she's looking good right now in the 4th spot. Side by side for the lead. It's Wheaton in the 4, Taggart in the 23. Blumendahl broke out again. And Devin Blumendahl twice to the penalty box. That truck's ready to roar. The only problem is it's going too fast.
Haley McNichol also gets a breakout. Karen Martin's getting real close.
Doug Stewart and Patrick, top 2 in the points. Stop and go on the backstretch. Oh my goodness. The field's working their way through turns 1 and 2. 2 laps to go. Big battle at the front of this pack. The new leader is Kevin Wheaton in the 4. The front 4 all there though. Taggart's there, Rockwood's there, and hello, Karen Martin in the 53.
Karen Martin's definitely flirting with that breakout timer. Last time around was 21.116.
1 lap to go. They'll work turns 1 and 2. Wheaton in the 4, Taggart 23, Rockwood in the 91, and it's Karen Martin Rockwood will drop to the inside in the final lap. Final go through turns 3 and 4. Out of turn 4, we'll check the times of the line. Wheaton will win it, followed by Taggart, Rockwood, Martin. Adam Everson 5th, Lucas Orr 6th. Haley McNichol will come home 7th. Doug Stewart 8th, Caden Patrick 9th, and Devin Blumendahl, after 2 penalties, will finish 10th. And there is your winner. Devin Blumendahl broke out on the last lap again. There's your winner, the 4, Kevin Wheaton. Let's go trackside to Jared McGrady.
Thanks, Chris. I'm here with Sean Chenoweth here, who races in both the Delaware Superstock Series as well as the Dayco Series. Now, Sean, how fun has it been this season to be able to drive in both series and get this car into the field and just racing here on Delaware Speedway?
It's always a bunch of fun to get these things out and see what we can do with them here at Delaware. I can't thank Stewart's and Kubota enough for letting me take the reins of this ride, and hopefully we can make them proud tonight.
Yeah, and heading into tonight's championship race, what are you looking forward to the most, trying to get this car up to the front of the pack?
We're honestly just here to try to win the race. I can't, I think I'm sitting 3rd in the points, but I can't win because I didn't run enough home track stuff, so it's all or nothing for us. So we're just trying to win this one out and do it for Stewart's and London Rec, and that's all we can ask for.
And so far this season, what's been the best moment for you being out on the track?
We went to Sunset and we won 3 weeks in a row. We won the Junior Hanley race, we won the Frank Davies race, and then we won the APC race the week after that.
Awesome, and thank you so much for your time, Sean, and best of luck tonight.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Back upstairs.
All right, thank you very much. Appreciate that. To Jeremy, heat race number 2, getting set for the V8 stocks. 10 cars in this one, Kate. That means 21 V8 stocks are here tonight. Look at that beautiful sky off of turn number 2 as the clouds roll past. Keep going. We had some weather stuff last week. It was crazy here at the half mile, but 21 V8 stocks in attendance tonight. That is fantastic.
That is great for this class. Some people love the breakout rule. Some of them cannot stand it. But the thing is that it is allowing all of these vehicles that are sitting, all these race cars that no longer have a division to run in, that are just sitting, they're able to come out and play. So there's a bunch of race cars that are now able to run again, and we love seeing them here at Delaware. So if you've got one in your garage, you've got one in someone else's garage, I don't care where it is, get it ready, come out and play at Delaware.
Yeah, one white flag to go. The thing about the V8 stocks, and you'll see it, opening lap, they start slow, so you cannot break out. They will go pedal to the metal, right to the floorboard, all the way around, and then they'll have to start managing their times and their laps. And I can see their frustration, because if you're in the middle of the pack, it tends to be a pack race because everyone's trying to stay at 21.1 or slower, so it's very hard to pass. And I can see if you're in the middle of the pack how frustrating it can be.
And it's also one of those things where you don't want to be that guy that goes a little bit faster, pushes it, and ends up losing all of that track position just to gain one spot, especially in the heat race.
Barry Watson will lead him to the line. Jeff Ferguson in the 23X outside row number 1. Green flag, we're racing. Heat race number 2 for the V8 stocks. They'll go side by side into turn number 1. Watson on the inside, Ferguson on the outside. And down the back they go. The 15 is Dave Everson. Look at to the inside of the 48 of Connor Ellis. They're 3 wide in the middle of the corner. And Watson will lead that lap. And now we'll start to manage the laps here. First lap is in the books, and Watson will lead the pack out of turn number 2 and down the back. Ferguson up to second. Ellis in third. Everson fighting on the inside. Steve Book is there as well. No, sorry, is that? Yeah, Steve Book in the 47. J.R. Fitzpatrick in the lineup tonight. In that 14 replica late model body. Just behind the 15 lower groove. That's J.R. Fitzpatrick in that 14. And he's looking to go 3 wide. Mike Herniak Jr. in the 15H, who wanted to go high on the outside, and the pack will be led by Watson to complete another lap. Kenny McNichol Jr. coming close, 21.15 that lap. He's trying to fight up the field here. Meanwhile, it's Watson leading this V8 pack and heat race number 2. Fitzpatrick will dive to the inside. Contact with Everson in the 15. And they'll both right the ship and continue on. Ferguson to the inside of Ellis, side by side for second. It's Book and Everson side by side for third. It's Herniak and Fitzpatrick side by side for sixth.
Now, Chris, the other thing is that with Doug Stewart not winning his race, any points is long. Oh, Watson just broke out as I went to say it.
It's the leader's curse here from either Kate or the track, whatever it may be. And the 14 of Fitzpatrick is smoking down the back stretch. The Watson machine, the leader's going to have to do a stop and go. That's going to give the lead to Connor Ellis.
I think the 14 smoking because it might even be a tire from that contact, Chris.
Yeah, probably. But Fitzpatrick will fight on the outside. Wow, oh, Ellis got a breakout as well at 21.03. Oh, there's 4 breaking out on the same lap. Herniak Jr. and Steve Book all broke out. Hey, you like V8 stock racing with the breakout? Here it is, folks. Live on Rogers TV, the front 4 all got penalized on the same lap. Holy mackerel, now Fitzpatrick will break out on the backstretch. J.R. Fitzpatrick into the penalty box, and he'll be released. And it's Ferguson out front, followed by Everson now. Kenny McNichol up to the 3rd spot, and Tyler Hahn in the 2H in the 4th position, and they're all together. Oh, me. Sorsey spoke out of turn, folks. 2nd and 3rd will get a penalty. It's Everson and McNichol now into the penalty box. Everybody's been penalized except the front 2, obviously. And the 78 of Jordan Morse, who's way off the pace at the back of this field. White flag on the speedway for Ferguson, who will lead this pack. Everybody but 3 cars has been penalized in this heat race. Unbelievable. Out of turn number 4, checkered flag, barring a breakout, goes to Jeff Ferguson in the 23. Tyler Hahn will break out. His 2nd place finish is null and void. A 20.75 for the 2H. He's done. Wow, 2 cars didn't break out. The 1st place car and the last place car, Kate. And the heat race is done. Wow.
Doug Stewart finished 8th in his race. Barry Watson, with the breakout on the last lap to Tyler Hahn, ends up finishing 2nd. So that 11 points that Doug Stewart had in his pocket going into heat races has been shrunk.
Watson got back to 2nd, really?
Watson got back to 2nd.
Oh, wow. All right, there you see the winner of V8 stock heat race number 2. We'll go Dayco Superstock qualifying when we get back. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Ray Cullen Chevrolet. Ray saves you money, and that's the key on Chevy, Buick, GMC. Ray Cullen Chevrolet. You should drive by Ray today.
Hey, I'm Scott Navarro, a producer here at Rogers TV, and I just want to say thank you to all the volunteers that we have that put on our shows. Whether that's hosts in front of the camera or volunteers behind the scenes, we couldn't do it without you, so I just want to say thanks.
This is a brain in urgent need of mental health care. But because 3 out of every 4 Indigenous people experience racism in healthcare, she may not get the help she needs. Become an ally. Rise above racism in healthcare.
Welcome back to Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet. Good evening, Chris Torres, Kate Friel, Jeremy McGrady back down trackside. Getting set for Dayco Superstock qualifying. As you can see, we've put on another layer because it is chilly here. Cloudy skies, some clear skies, but mostly cloudy. What does that do to the track?
So the track's going to cool down. It's going to make these race cars' engines like to roar. So we're going to see some faster track times. Maybe that's what the struggle was for the V8 stocks. It has been cooler today than earlier in the season. So maybe that's where their timing was a little off, because normally we'll see them brake, check up a little bit at the start-finish line in order to cool down that car, make the lap time slower. So I'm wondering if that's why we had so many breakout times. But we'll see as the night goes on what that brings and if everybody can dial it back, or if we're going to have more breakout racing.
It's going to be group qualifying when we come back from break. It's Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Think before you say it. Don't wind up like me. Imprisoned by your tongue. Doing 1 to 3.
Is that with good behavior?
You got
Dancing with the Stars, season premiere Saturday, September 21st on City TV.
Welcome back at Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet. Opening up group qualifying for the Dayco Superstock Series, where we will crown a champion tonight. Let's go trackside to Jerry McGrady.
Thanks, Chris. I'm here with Bear Watson, who finished second in that heat race there for the V8 stocks, earning some much-needed points. What was that like out there to be able to get back into second place and get some much-needed points?
Yeah, I don't know. We just got to need some good luck, and unfortunately, Dougie's going to need to have some bad luck, and it's a few points. Dougie's got a good little lead there, but we can chip away at it, make it interesting for the end of the season. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, and heading into the feature race tonight, what's going to be the key for you to try to get yourself ahead of Doug Stewart there and try to continue to push top towards the standings?
I think the secret is going to be to not mess up myself. So I wreck my own finishes more than I get good ones by doing it myself. I could just learn to lift a little bit more and quit stepping on myself.
Well, thank you very much for your time, Bear, and best of luck tonight.
Great. You guys have a good broadcast, too.
Yeah, back upstairs.
All right, thank you to Jeremy and the Bear coming off second place, finishing that heat race. Group qualifying right now, so they're going at least 4 cars at a time for 5 total laps. Race fans to set the field. I'm not quite sure if there's going to be a dice roll for an inversion or not, but they're setting the field right now. On the track, Daniel Hahn, Colton Evernham, Brendan Edgar, and Austin Penny. Right at the top of the charts right now, Daniel Hahn with a 20.149. Change that to now the 48X. Nope, he's good. Colton remains in second spot, 20.759. Right now, second on the board is the 4D of Brendan Edgar at 20.539. Third on the board is the aforementioned Everingham and the 37 of Austin Penny in the fourth spot, 21.197. White flag on the speedway. Still the 42 of Daniel Hahn remains at the top of the board. And he'll get around the checker flag. 2 cars left here to take the checkered flag, and that'll be Group 1 qualifying coming to an end. Brendan Edgar could not grab the top spot. Last chance for the 37 of Penny. And he'll finish 4th. So right now, after group number 1, it's Daniel Hahn. The 4 of Brandon Edgar. Then the 48 of Colton Everingham. And the 37 of Austin Penny. As you see, group number 2 rolling out. 5 laps here for each group to set the field. And then we'll do the on deck. It's going to be the Bone Stock B main. I don't see an intermission built into the agenda tonight, so it looks like we're going to roll them one right after the other here, race fans, for you here on Rogers TV. And white flag for this group number 2, Dayco Superstock group qualifying. We will crown a champion. Top 10 in the series, folks. Separated by 12 points. That's it. Green flag, group number 2 qualifying underway. All right, here we go. There's the 23. That's Connor Maltese coming around to complete a lap. Look at him sawing on the wheel in turn 4. That car a little loose. But he got up to the third spot, then he got dropped by the 26 of Jacob Booth. Booth up to the 3rd spot on the board after a 20.551. Still, it's Daniel Hahn, top of the charts. Brendan Egger in 2nd. The 26 of Booth in 3rd. I'll make that the 23 now of Connor Maltese up to the 2nd spot. He's immediately beat by Jacob Booth, so the 23 and 26 climbing the board together early here. That's the 10C of Dennis Sobolski coming around to complete a lap. 26, Jacob Booth, 2nd spot on the board in that blue and white machine. Nobody can knock off Daniel Hahn yet. Still, white flag on the speedway now. Still Daniel Hahn, top of the board, followed by Booth. And then the 23 of Maltese. Then the 13 of Justin Collison. Brendan Edgar's dropped all the way down to 5th now. Final lap here for group number 2. Checkered flag on the speedway. To the 23 and then the 26. And they won't improve their positions. The 26 is Jacob Booth, will sit 2nd on the board, followed by Connor Maltese in the 3rd spot. Here comes Collison. Collison will sit in 4th on the board. And then the 10 of Dennis Sobolski in 5th. So still, Daniel Hahn from that run in group number 1 stays atop of the board. Let's check in trackside with Jeremy McGrady.
Thanks, Chris. Yeah, I'm here with Jeremiah Rabideau, currently sitting 2nd place in the bone stock division currently. Jeremiah, you didn't win your heat race, but you're able to gain some valuable points heading into tonight's feature race. What's going to be the strategy for you to get yourself some more points heading into the final stretch here in the season?
Well, especially tonight, just keep it clean. Car's working good, so I don't think I need to get in any too big a rush to try to get up front too quick. Just take my time, keep it clean. You know, hopefully everybody else does as well.
Yeah, patience is going to be the key for a lot of the bone stock drivers here tonight. And so far this season, what's been maybe your proudest moment so far on the campaign so far?
Well, I got to say, earlier in the year when we got 4 wins in a row, I've never won 4 features in a row in my life. So that was a highlight of the year for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. And then also, did you notice that Matt Langford, he was running way behind there, stuck in some traffic. What's going to be the key for you to make sure that he kind of stays back in towards the back of the pack and you make sure that you're patient and moving on?
Well, nothing I can do about him. I'm just going to run my race, and hopefully Matt can have a good run through. I want him to do well and battle it out to the end and make it fun for everybody.
Yeah, always have a good class act battle. Thanks very much for your time, Jeremiah. Best of luck tonight.
Yeah, thanks.
Back upstairs.
All right, thank you, Jeremy and Jeremiah. Some great questions there by our very own Jeremy McGrady, and a professional answer by Jeremiah Rabideau.
Very. Because I would probably say, well, if he's got to run the B main, he's probably starting closer to the back. So that's good for me. But you know what? I'd like to see them go to battle for a championship as well.
Well, he said the right things. I want to see Matt do well, which is right. But yeah, you bring up a very good point as we're inside group number 3 qualifying here for the Dayco Superstocks. That B main, you're going to start at least halfway back in the A main field if you advance, right? So
Langford's going to have a lot of work to do,
That's
and
right.
Jeremiah Rabideau literally just needs to keep his nose clean.
Absolutely. Group 3 qualifying. There's the 77 of Darrow Lake. We got a new guy, top of the board, Steve Book in the 83 with a 20.061. The 89 of Sean Chenoweth up there as well, second on the board after a 20.145. Darrow Lake coming into the pit area. White flag on the speedway. The 42 of Daniel Hansman dropped down to third. The 43 of Jay Durer in the top 5. He's up to the 4th spot now. Checkered flag on the speedway to conclude Group 3 qualifying. There'll be 4 groups of qualifying here for the Superstocks. Here comes Jay Durer, one last chance here. What an impressive run by the 83 of Steve Book. Top of the board after 3 groups, followed by Chenoweth, Hahn, Durer, and the 26 of Jacob Booth as we go to the 4th and final group.
And Chenoweth did say he's here to win the race. That's what his goal is today. He just wants to win the race, so he'll be happy to be sitting in the 2nd spot. But we got some fast cars left to come. And Ryan Dyson won here last week in the first one before we got hit with weather and we lost that second feature race for the Superstocks.
Right.
So Dyson just wants to continue on what he was running with last week. That's a great shot of the moon.
Absolutely, and just a sliver of what's still to come here Friday night, Delaware Speedway. Group number 4 qualifying here for the Dayco Superstocks. The cream of the crop here and the points battle on the track right now, just separated by 2 points. There's the 36 Elaine Zardo, second in the points. The points leader is the orange. Number 93, sorry. Carson Nagy. Dyson out on the track in the 28. Pete Vanderwist Jr. out there in the number 7. So we'll see if these 4 cars can make a dent on that scoreboard, being led right now by Steve Book in the 83. Chenoweth in second. The 42. See if I can get a name here for the 42. Is Daniel Hahn in third. That's right. Jay Durer in 4th. And Booth in 5th. They're green flag now for group number 4. Here they go. Zardo on a turn 4. And they'll start attacking the time board here. Nagy will be the first one to register coming out of turn number 4. Zardo on the back. Here's Nagy to take time. Nagy immediately to second on the board. Here's Dyson. Doesn't hit the board. Vanderwist, nothing. Zardo into the 5th spot. So top 2 in points in the top 5 right now for fast time. Zardo down the back. Nagy will take time again right now. Nagy to the top of the board. Carson Nagy with a blistering lap.
Dyson to the top.
Sorry, go ahead.
Dyson's to the top of the board with 19.985.
The first car to go sub 20 is Dyson in that 28, top left. Carson Nagy will take time. He'll go to the top of the board. Here's Ryan again. And it will not switch. Nagy remains at the top after a 19.922 lap. White flag on the speedway. One last chance for Dyson. Nagy at turn number 4. Dyson top left on your screen. Nagy at the line. Fast time 19.917. Here's Dyson. Doesn't beat it. Vanderwist goes to the 4th spot. Zardo to the 3rd spot. A 19.917 by the points leader. Here they come one more time. Doesn't beat it. Dyson, one final chance. He gets to the top of the board. Ryan Dyson, 19.903. Top of the board, the 28 of Ryan Dyson.
And I would just like to give a little bit of recognition to the 7 of Pete Vanderwist Jr. finishing in the 3rd spot, able to edge just a little bit above Zardo on that last lap. Also going sub 20.
Good call on that, Kate. All right, Dayco Superstock qualifying is done. It's going to be a great 50 lapper to crown a champion. We'll be right back. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Ray Cullen Chevrolet. Race saves you money, and that's the key. On Chevy, Buick, GMC. Ray Cullen Chevrolet. You should drive by Ray today.
Clubs, leagues, and courts in every province and territory across Canada, squash is the sport for wall-to-wall fun, fitness, and friendship. From coast to coast to coast. Learn to play, and you'll want to do it every day. Squash. Play inside the box.
Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet. Chris Soares at Cape Friel, top of the tower. Jeremy McGrady down at trackside, getting set for the Bone Stock B main. We see the points leader is in the B main. Will start second. Obviously, Langford needs to advance here. Kate needs to get into the A main.
Langford needs to get into the A main, but he also needs to get a good starting spot because he's already going to end up near the back no matter where, if he qualifies, right? So if he wins this B main, it's going to help him in the A main.
Absolutely. It's one night of a triple header here at Delaware Speedway. Race fans, ticket information for tomorrow and the big NASCAR Top Stock Car Series visiting Delaware on Sunday. DelawareSpeedway.com. We'll be right back. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Ray saves you money, and that's the key. On Chevy, Buick, GMC. Ray Cullen Chevrolet. You should drive by Ray today.
Jeff from Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff here, and we are back for another incredible season of Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff. We're gonna tour some amazing backyards. We're gonna meet up with some great folks, and we're gonna cook some incredible food. Join us Thursdays at 7:30 for Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff.
Alec Mercer, fancy professor by day, Inspector Gadget by night.
It's completely irrational.
Exactly. Every crime can be explained by science. You ever heard of the hero placebo effect? Sunk cost fallacy. Patternicity?
Are you going to keep giving me wordle clues, or is there someone I can arrest?
People are irrational, but predictably so. You want to learn more about zero-sum bias?
Among other things.
The Irrational, season premiere, Tuesday, October 1st on City TV.
Welcome back to Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet. And I have something for you today. I have attention racing enthusiasts. Delaware Speedway has just launched its brand new online merch store. Whether you're a diehard fan or a casual observer, it's your chance to gear up in style. They are shipping to anywhere in Canada or the US. DelawareSpeedway.com/shop has all the information. Getting set for the Bone Stock B main here with the Chris Soares, Kate Friel, Jeremy McGrady. Thanks for joining us on a cool night here at the half mile. And some big names in this B main that need to advance, and one of them is the points leader. There you see the 0-3 going by. That's Matt Langford, relegated to the B main here tonight after not showing well in his heat race. Nathan Ria will lead them to green. There's the 0-3. Now unofficially just 2 points ahead of Jeremiah Rabideau for the points battle, after Jeremiah grabbed 9 points in the heat race and Matt didn't grab any.
Now he does get to start second in this race. We had problems in traffic when he was in the heat race. So hopefully him starting on the outside pole will definitely help him hopefully gain that spot and a good starting spot, the best case of his possible scenario tonight for the A main.
Yeah, and if you're thinking 3 heat races, Kate, and if they took on an average of 7 cars per heat race, he's starting, the winner of this one will start at least 22nd. Is that how it works? 7, 14, 21, so he would start 22nd, right? If they took 7 in each heat race?
Yeah, so it all depends on the car count is how they determine of how many are going to go
True,
through.
But
he
would start in the first position after the heat race qualifiers. points.
Yes.
So it would be at least probably, I'd say, close to 20th.
Yeah.
I would think.
Which is a long way to go to the front.
Absolutely.
And a long way to catch Rabideau.
15 laps the scheduled distance here for the B main in the bone stock division. Rhea will lead him to the line here. Langford on the outside. Willems and Herzl, road number 2. Here they go, green flag. We're racing with the bone stocks at Delaware.
Nathan Rhea got a fantastic start.
He did. Turns 1 and 2. And down the back, Rhea in that 26. There is the 17 of Willems looking strong. That was one of the cars that gave Langford fits in his heat race earlier today. Just could not get by Colin in that 17. And that blue 17 looking strong. Quickly up to the second spot here. Langford third, Herzl fourth. The 14 is Hannah Lamont having a good run. She's in the 5th spot right now as the field of work turns 1 and 2. Willems with a nice little run off corner exit. Turn 2 will close in on Rhea. Front 3 trying to get away. And Rhea goes really high in turn number 4. Leaves the door open for Willems, who's right there. Side by side, almost at the line. Rhea will get credited with that lap. But it's Colin Willems in the preferred line, and he'll grab the lead out of turn 2 and down the back. New leader, 17, Colin Willems. And Rhea looks to duck in on the inside of turn 3, wants to lead back. And Willems just looks too strong right now through the corners in that 17, King.
Yeah, the 17s look very good tonight. It's funny though, because we had a lot of good cars in that third bone stock race that were all bunched together, had nowhere to go, had to run side by side, but were good cars that would be a great addition to this night's feature.
Langford looking to the inside of Rhea for the second spot. They're side by side at the line, and Willems just driving away from them right now. Rhea in the 26, Langford into 0-3 through turns 1 and 2. There's your leader, Colin Willems in that 17. Herzl remains in 4th, followed by Lamont. Good run for Hannah in that 14. Langford looks to the inside again. This is a 15-lap B main for the bone stock. Ticker running right across the top of your screen. There's 0-3 at Langford, trying to make the pass on Nathan Rhea, who was the pole sitter in this race. And Langford will make the pass up to second spot now. No points in this B main. You just got to qualify for the A main. It's Willems will lead. Langford in second, Rhea in third. Hannah Lamont has now caught Herzl for the 4th spot. As they work turns 1 and 2. There's your front 3, down the back. They're about a half a straightaway ahead of that battle for 4th. Herzl, Lamont. There you see them. 97 of Herzl. 14 is Hannah Lamont. To the inside, looking to the inside of Jesse Herzl in that 97. Through turns 3 and 4. And Herzl under pressure now. No side-by-side battles anywhere on the field at this particular moment, as the leaders are into back marker traffic now in turns 3 and 4 with 7 laps to go this time by.
Now, I don't know if you've seen, Chris, but when Hannah Lamont pulled up on the back of the 97
Contact
of Herzl,
there, Kate, as you were talking about them.
when she pulls up on the back end of the Herzl's vehicle, she had set up to kind of slide up to the outside. I thought she was going to try and cross to the inside coming out of turn 1 and be able to take that inside line down the backstretch, but instead she stayed on the back corner, which was very interesting.
Battle for 4th, top left. Battle for 2nd, bottom right. There's a 0-3 points there of Matt Langford. It's Herzl and Lamont top left, as Kate was just talking about. Crossing the stripe to complete another lap. 5.5 laps to go here for the leader, Colin Willems. He's halfway down the backstretch. Langford, you're watching bottom right. That's your points leader. In second place right now, about 2 car lengths ahead of Nathan Rhea. And top left is that battle for 4th between Jesse Herzl in the 97, Hannah Lamont in the 14. Bone stock B main on track right now. 5 to go. Langford hasn't been able to notch into that Colin Willems lead. That 17 looking strong, as Kate mentioned already tonight so far. But that battle for 4th is the only really close battle on the track right now, and you're watching it live, top left. Herzl, Lamont. Lamont closes in under braking. Looking to the inside, little tap on the rear bumper, the 97. And Jesse will hold on to that spot for at least another straightaway as they'll go into turn number 1. And now Hannah will try the outside, and she drifts up the track. We got a car caution on the speedway, and also the 17 is around in turn 4, and the 50 of Joy Langdon Poems in turn number 1. It was Jennifer Hatch in turn number 4, and our very first caution of the night comes right now, and that's pretty good. Overall, first caution. What's that? I did knock on wood. I'll knock on wood right now.
I don't know if you saw, Chris, but when I was talking about that, you saw her set up there again. She pulls to the outside down the front stretch. I'd love her to cross to the inside and try to take that inside line.
Do you think she's
coming out of the corner.
diamonding the corner?
Yes.
Okay, so explain to our viewers what diamonding the corner is.
So she's setting up higher on the outside of the car going in. She's hitting the middle of the corner and then cutting back across to come through the stripe.
And she's cutting back across in the middle of the corner. So she's going straight up the turn and then hooking left in the middle of the corner. So a diamond.
Yes.
Like a point of a diamond.
And what I'd really like her to see her do is set up on the outside going into turn 1 and then come out underneath. Take that corner and come to the inside of his bumper, almost like a crossover that we normally see.
Right.
But set up that way, and I think she'd have him. She has a great run coming out of the corners that Jessie just doesn't seem to have right now.
Right. Under caution here in the Bone Stock B main, 5 laps to go. And Colin Williams is your leader. Matt Langford in second, Nathan Rea in third. Jesse Herzl fourth, Hannah Lamont fifth. Let's go trackside to Jeremy.
Thanks, Chris. I'm here with Lane Zardo now. Lane, tonight in the Dayco Series, trying to get yourself a championship here. Top 10, put them under a blanket with all the points that matter. What's going to be the key for you here tonight?
Not leading the championship going into tonight. The last 4 years in a row, every year, the leader of the championship going into the night hasn't been able to clinch it. So hopefully that falls in our favor as we're about 2 points back. Carson's picked it up. Carson's very fast tonight as well. He's leading the points. Dyson's pretty fast. Vander Wees came here on a special occasion. You can throw a blanket under the top 5 in qualifying. We're less than a 10th off of each other. Like it's going to be a stacked competition or a stacked night of competition. We got cold weather. A lot of horsepower is going to hopefully play into our favor. So I don't know. We just close our eyes and send it. Screw it.
And anyone you want to thank to be able to have this car in the position to be able to have a chance to win tonight?
I got to thank all these guys behind us here. They worked their absolute tails off. We got Kenny, Chuck, Randy, Brad. I got to thank Brian McDonald back at the shop in Saunders. Got to thank my girlfriend Nat, my mom, and all the fans in the stands. Best of Forest Products, Al Ritchie's, Gully Bridge Transport, and Matt Day. Thank you guys so much, and hopefully we can pull this one out of our butts.
Well, best of luck, Lane, and good luck tonight.
What's that?
Best of luck tonight.
Thank you very much.
Back upstairs.
All right, thank you, Jeremy, and that Lane Zardo, driver of the 36 Dayco Superstocks. We're back under green here with less than 5 laps to go. Wilms, Langford, Ray, your top 3, trying to get away again. It's Herzl and Lamont, 4th and 5th. They'll resume their battle as they work down the backstretch. Williams will lead them into turns 3 and 4. 3 laps to go this time by. William Clausen is in the 6th spot. Charlie Verhoeven 7th. Chad Prude 8th. Wally Wilson 9th. And Cassie Howard running in the 10th spot. Not quite sure how many are advancing, but if it's 10, then Cassie's right there. That battle for 4th has resumed. And a battle for 6th side by side. Back behind the leaders. Watch top of your screen. There they are. A couple of battles within the top 7. Herzl trying to protect against Lamont. Lamont to the outside. We'll see what Kate talked about here. Lamont will go a little high and try and cut, but there's no room to cut. She'll have to stay there in that particular example.
Yeah. But I think that if she could make that car corner a little bit better down in 1 and 2, she's right there. She dives to the inside. That's what I'm talking about. Ride it high, come down low.
Lamont has made the pass on Herzl. Hello, 8 of Charlie Verhoeven out of nowhere to battle for that 4th spot. Down the back. Coming around, we're inside the final lap. Looking for checkers. Back to the front of the field we go. It's Wilms with the checker flag, followed by Langford and Nerea. Lamont goes high at turn 4. Hannah will hold on for 4th. Great run for Hannah. Then it's Herzl, Verhoeven, Clausen, the 23 of Howard. Oh, sorry, Wally Wilson, my apologies. The 59 of Cassie Howard and Tom Hughes will round out the top 10. And that'll conclude as Joey Landon goes flying down the front stretch here, passing a couple of cars just at the stripe to grab a couple of late spots. And that'll conclude the the bone stock B main, as the 17 of Williams will pull up to victory lane. More to come. Other side of the break. It's Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Blow out all candles before you leave the room or go to bed.
Never leave a burning candle unattended.
When you go out, don't forget to blow out.
I walk for my partner who is on dialysis.
I walk in memory of my dad.
I walk for all those waiting for a kidney transplant.
I walk because I live with kidney disease. When you participate in the Kidney Walk or support someone who does, you're taking steps and providing hope to thousands of Canadians living with kidney disease. Behind every step, there's someone we walk for.
Who will you be walking for?
Who will you be walking for?
Who will you be walking for? Register or donate at kidneywalk.ca.
Welcome back to Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet. And stay ahead of the curve with the latest Delaware Speedway fashions, from sleek tees to stylish caps. There's something for every speed aficionado. And the best part, new products are continuously being added, so you'll always be on the cutting edge. Rev up your wardrobe and show your love for the track. DelawareSpeedway.com/shop has all the information getting set for the V8 stock feature race coming up here. Chris Orrs, Kate Frail top of the tower. Jeremy McGrady down at trackside, getting ready for the V8 stock, cleaning up some debris in turn number 4. Track officials or the safety crews out tending to that before we put the cars on the racetrack. It is the Great Canadian Race Weekend here at Delaware Speedway. This is night 1 of a triple header. If you're looking for ticket information, there is still tickets available for tomorrow night and for Sunday. DelawareSpeedway.com. APC late models tomorrow, the Oscar modifieds in the house tomorrow, plus more. And then the Top Stock Car Series in Canada, formerly the Penny Series, now the NASCAR Canada Series, comes here to Delaware Speedway on Sunday for a race at 4:30 in the afternoon. And there is some of the people who are staying all weekend long. It's going to be chilly. Kate, get the generators rolling, get the campfire going.
The best part is, though, is that if you don't have air conditioning, this was the perfect week to camp at Delaware Speedway.
Oh, absolutely. You get a nice cool breeze when you're sleeping in a camper or tent. It's actually really relaxing, to be honest with you. I camped last weekend at Grand Bend Speedway, and it was awesome. Like it just feels like you get more rest for some reason, even though you might sleep less. It's just a weird feeling because you're out in nature, right? But yeah, a lot of campers out there tonight, and that was just half of them, race fans. There's plenty more outside the wall in turn number 2, staying here all weekend long. And that's great for the local communities of Delaware and Komoka, which are both 2 minutes down the road in opposite directions. Definitely opening their doors, rolling out the welcome mats for these campers here for the weekend.
Yeah, the community definitely loves racing here at Delaware, especially the Great Canadian Weekend. Brings in so many people, as we see in the campground, but also from London and surrounding areas, Strathroy, for instance, bringing everybody in to watch racing, making the community stronger, as well as helping local businesses.
Absolutely, good call on that. Debris clear in turn number 4. They'll roll out the V8 stocks here for their feature race. 25 laps to scheduled distance. And what a field. They are on the backstretch and they're still rolling off pit road. I never thought I'd see this in the V8 stocks when they first started with this breakout rule. A couple years ago, race fans, it was 21.4 seconds. They dropped it to 21.1 this year, I believe. I know Kate will correct me if I'm wrong, but that's totally okay. I think it was this year. Is it this year only for 21.1? Or what did they do last year?
I want to say that they dropped it partway through last year.
All right.
Made it a little bit faster.
Yeah, so, and now we have 21 cars taking the green flag. Like, I never thought I would see this division grow as it has. Yes, there are some limitations on the rules, but as Kate mentioned off the top of the show, race fans, this brings more racers and more cars that were sitting idle back into the conversation.
Yeah, and I mean, you're not going to get one of your old race cars and get it ready and go back on the street with it. So why not get it ready, come out via stock racing, and have a little fun?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Great point there by Kate Friel. She's not just a pretty face, folks.
Thanks, Chris.
Kate's also the in-house voice of the London Nationals at the Junior B Loop. And the Junior B Loop gets going fairly shortly. I got my schedule for St. Thomas Stars hockey on the radio. You're doing PA announcing for the London Nationals. That season ramps up in a couple weeks, right?
Yeah, so the home opener will be on the 18th. They're starting a little bit late because of the Western Fair.
Oh, that's
so
right.
So they're going to start the week after.
Our first broadcast is a day after your first game. Yeah, Western Fair opens tonight. A chilly opening. It's going to be cold tomorrow too. I got an outdoor event tomorrow. I'm honestly kind of not looking forward to it because it's going to be 11 degrees and maybe some rain. Yes, summer is almost technically over. Not officially, but it's feeling like it for these couple days for sure. But that makes for fast racing on a cool, grippy track, Kate Friel, and these guys are going to go here.
I'm interested to see how many breakout times we get in this feature race. We had so many in the heat race that normally they can contain with warmer weather, I think. I think these vehicles are really running well in the cool weather, giving those engines just that little bit of extra that these drivers really have to dial it back at the start-finish line. So I am very interested to see what's going to happen. And the 15 of Herniak Jr. is coming down pit lane.
We're just looking at that. That's why I think they're keeping it yellow for this consultation here. And coming to the address of his crew, is it a window net issue?
I'm wondering if maybe it's a radio issue.
Oh, possibly. They are looking inside the driver's side here. Definitely not the window net, because you could tell if they were putting down the window net or trying to put it back up, reaching in behind that window opening. Now set up the window net. Now Mike is good to go and back rolling again.
I'm going to say maybe it was a bit of a radio issue. Just something minor. Plug him in and away you go.
It is windy here too, folks. Blowing down the front stretch and blowing into the drivers coming down the back stretch. Is that a big deal, Kate?
I'm not sure if it's going to make a whole lot of difference because it's not that huge of a breeze. It might give them a little bit of push. It may or may not.
Would that affect the bone stocks more, though, I would imagine? Coming out of turn 2 up the hill and you're getting a stiff breeze in your face might push that car up, wouldn't it?
The bone stocks are a whole other beast. When I talked to Paul Fothergill even earlier in this season, we really talked about how they handle totally different than any other race car.
Yeah.
Bone stocks are just a different beast in their own, so they just run differently.
All right, getting set to go. Look at this field. 21 V8 stocks ready to roll. They'll all come into your picture here in turn number 4. And Wheaton will bring him to the line. What a fantastic looking field. And we're green from Delaware. The field side by side by side. 5 rows back up the Delaware Hill in turn 2. And the roar down the back, and Fitzpatrick will make an early move. 3 wide for 5th. Trying to get to the inside.
J.R. Fitzpatrick isn't here to run points. He's here to win races, Chris.
And the lead to Wheaton. All right. Everybody got what they could in that opening lap. They can go full out. Now they got to manage their lap. And Fitzpatrick on a turn number 2. We'll grab the 4th spot. He'll head off the gas a little bit. And they'll come through turns 3 and 4. Let's send you below the flag stand. Speed shot. V8 stocks at Delaware. Field will turn through 1 and 2. Side by side battle for the lead. Taggart on the outside. Wheaton on the inside. Rockwood is there in the 91. So is Fitzpatrick in the 14. Thumbs up from Kate. Everybody good. 21 car field. No breakout yet. And Taggart will grab the lead. Wheaton's the second. Taggart gets a good little jump here. Already out about 5 car lengths. Here's Fitzpatrick to the inside for second spot. Side by side with Wheaton. Rockwood right behind him. Wheaton will lose some spots. Rockwood will grab third. Fitzpatrick the second. J.R. Fitzpatrick trying to come to the front. Thumbs up from Kate. Everybody good. 4 laps in. Everybody trying to make moves down the back. And then trying to manage your lap time. Evison gets a loose in turn 4. He'll lose some spots. Look at that lead by Taggart. And the field will go through turns 1 and 2. There's Taggart and Fitzpatrick. Rockwood in third. Barry Watson the 4th. Wheaton has found a spot in the 5th spot after leading this field to green. We're going to pile up in turn 4. Look out! Oh, we got 5 cars hammering each other. And the left rear tires popped out of the Patrick machine. And the couple of leaders in the points are in trouble, including the points leader, Doug Stewart, in the 2. And we're red flag conditions immediately at the Speedway.
I wouldn't.
17, is that Haley McNichol in the 17? Here we go, top of the screen. Watch to your right. Stewart's around. I think that's what we'll see is the 2 around. There's the 2. And look at the smoke. Those other cars can't see what's going on. We go to yellow. You can see the lights in the corner. And then we immediately went to red after that. And you still can't see how many vehicles are involved because of that smoke, but you couldn't see anything coming out of turn number 2. The 17's Haley McNichol. The 15's Dave Evison. 86 is Patrick. The 2 is the points leader of Doug Stewart. Wow. Points implications here personified. And Stewart lost some of the point lead after the heat races too, I believe, Kate. Didn't you say that?
Yeah, Stewart had lost some positions there. Barry finished 2nd. Stewart finished 8th. So hopefully he can get up and rolling here. It looked like his car rolled forward okay, so I'm hoping he doesn't have to go on the hook and he can get back racing. Barry's about halfway through. Well, actually, Barry's sitting in 3rd or 4th over there, so he definitely needs to get a few points back here.
There was a couple of cars that came into that pileup not at full speed, but definitely fast, including Haley in that 17. Look at the damage on the front end, and then she got hammered in that bumper at the back too. He just couldn't see they couldn't see what was going on. There was too much smoke there.
Yeah, I think the rad's out of that one for sure, and definitely has some bumper bars that are pushed back.
Absolutely. So we're under red flag conditions here.
And that would be best case scenario for that car.
In the V8 stock division, we have we have EMS on scene as well, just in case. So we have the 17 McNichol there. 83 of Patrick on the business end of the tow truck. You see the rear bumper right side of your screen. There you see the 2 of Doug Stewart, the points leader. The 15's Dave Evison. And Patrick's going to be hauled away here in the 86. Evison might look like he's good to go, but he has some damage. No word on the 2 of Stewart, who doesn't look that much worse for wear, but the damage on the 2 would be driver's side because that's where the 2 was facing, if I'm not mistaken. when the collision occurred.
Yeah, so we can't see it just yet.
And we couldn't see much of the replay because of all the smoke coming out of turn number 4, but we definitely know that some cars piled into the 2. When we caught the replay, the 2 was already around, race fans, so that's all we could see of that. And the 2 is going to roll away here. Doug Stewart. Extensive fluid cleanup as well, obviously. I haven't seen EMS deployed yet out of the unit. They just pulled up on the front stretch, but they haven't been deployed out of the unit, so that's good news.
Oh, they did walk up to each car and just check on the drivers. I was watching them,
All right,
yes.
I missed that part. Now they're getting back into the unit. And now we're going to hook up to 15, I believe, here. So under red flag conditions here at Delaware Speedway, V8 stock feature race. More to come. Other side of the break. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
For over 50 years, White's Rental has been providing local contractors and members of the DIY crowd with professional quality lawn and garden tools, aerial lifts, and construction equipment. White's Rental, we have the right equipment to make your project easier.
We're back. Fanatics is back, coming this fall to Rogers TV.
I'll always protect you. She is my sister, and she's innocent. You saved her more than once. I know you'll save her again. You took part of me.
I have access to everyone you love. What happens next is on you.
I'm coming for you, and you will pay for all the pain you caused.
I'll be waiting.
Found season premiere Thursday, October 3rd on City TV.
Welcome back. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet. While we were at break, Doug Stewart's window net was down as the 2 came in. There you see that 2 might be done, which is not good news for the points situation here in the V8 stock. Joined now by Jamie Maudsley, quickly off the in-house mic to join us here to tell us about the rest of the great Canadian race weekend. The campground is full. Plenty of tickets left at DelawareSpeedway.com. Jamie, take us through what's happening tomorrow and Sunday.
Look at all those experienced camping RVs back there in the campground, looking great tomorrow. Great program here at the Speedway. Of course, all leading up to that Castrol 300, the Great Canadian Weekend. The APC late models will decide their championship tomorrow evening here at Delaware Speedway as well. The Just Foam Modifieds, all part of Reinhardt Auction Day for the Oscar cars. The JRS Auction Hot Rods will be here as well tomorrow night. Should be just a great field. A lot of these V8 stocks will be running the Hot Rod Series tomorrow, and then Sunday we will finish it all off. Early start for Sunday. V8 stocks get underway early. The Dock Stater Property Maintenance V8 stocks, and then in the afternoon we will have the NASCAR Canada Series, big event for Delaware Speedway. It should be a great one. A lot of great names out for that. A lot of great cars here for tomorrow. I believe we've got 29 late models or so.
Wow.
30 late models for tomorrow. 20 plus cars for the NASCAR Canada Series on Sunday. Cool to see one of our local guys making his NASCAR Canada debut on Sunday, Ryan Dyson, who you guys get to see every week here on Rogers' Superstock action.
That's great.
He's hopping up with some help from Douglas Windows and Doors and Bingo Country in a white motorsports chassis on Sunday.
That's fantastic. Yeah, the full schedule at DelawareSpeedway.com, and you mentioned early start. Spectator Gate Sunday open at 9:45 a.m. You can spend the whole day. Obviously, a lot of people spending the whole weekend here, but that campground is full. A lot of support here for Delaware Speedway, especially for this weekend every year.
Well, where else would you spend Great Canadian Weekend but here at the racetrack?
Yeah,
the good news is they can check it out here on Rogers. We will have tomorrow night's broadcast on RacingAmerica.tv. But you want to make sure you're here if you can make it for sure. There's nothing like being here at the racetrack.
Tickets available at DelawareSpeedway.com. There you see Dave Evison at 15. Big point implications here in this red flag situation for the V8 stocks, Jimmy.
Yeah, this flipped everything upside down. You got to be looking at a guy like Jordan Morris now to really capitalize on this. Barry Watson in the mix of that championship, as well as the Ferguson car. So with a points race for these guys on Sunday, one more to decide the championship with 3 more events. This is a big one, and you see Doug Stewart, the crew working under his car. Doug is out of the Blue Deuce, but definitely not the way he wanted to finish up his evening.
You mentioned the 73 of Morris. He did not look very fast in the heat race, smart at the back of the field, and not even in contention with the field. Did you see issues with the Morris machine in that heat race?
I think he seemed to be okay. Just it looked like he got caught up at the start and got tangled back in traffic and didn't have a whole lot of places to go. We've seen a lot of traffic in these heat races here tonight for the V8 stocks where guys are faster, but there's just nowhere to go, and you really don't want to push it 3 wide here early in the weekend.
There you see the 73 of Morris. While we still have you, before we send you back to your real job here at Delaware Speedway, that bone stock points battle has now really gotten tight. Unofficially, 2 points separates Langford and Rabideau. Rabideau through to the A main. Langford had to go through the B main to get to the A main, and will start back in like the high teens, early 20s. So some work for Matt Langford, your points leader.
Langford's going to have his work cut out for him. And what happened in the bone stock heat race was much the same that we saw in the V8 stocks, where Langford got caught in the back, and he might have had a faster car, but he just didn't have anywhere to go. Tell you what, the guy I want you to watch for tonight, Race Myers, okay?
Yeah.
The kid has been letting that car eat on the top side of the track. He's finally got it figured out. Talented kid from Tilsonburg, one of our Rookie of the Year contenders, and watch him go tonight. I think it's only a matter of time before you see Donovan Clark find his way to feature win victory lane in that 52 machine. And Mike Verburn, a lot of speed out of that 19. Good to see some of these young kids doing really well against the veterans like Matt Langford. I mean, it's like the old school truck division.
Yes.
When you had, Ted Musgrave and Jack Sprague racing against, Greg Biffle and Kurt Busch while they were coming up. So it's kind of a great mix, and these young kids like Verburn and like Donovan Clark and like Race Meyer, they get a chance to learn from guys with thousands of laps around this place, like Paul Fothergill. He's got 10 championships around this joint, and he's racing with those kids. They can do nothing but learn from it, and it makes them all better.
I appreciate you stopping in. Some great insight from Jamie Maudsley, one of the voices here in-house at Delaware Speedway. Thanks for this, bud. We'll let you get back.
Appreciate you
your
having
time.
me on.
All right, more to come on the other side of the break. It's Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Ray Cullen Chevrolet. Ray saves you money, and that's the key on Chevy, Buick, GMC. Ray Cullen Chevrolet. You should drive by Ray today.
I've been volunteering for almost a year now. I like volunteering at Rogers because I like working with cameras and just make sure I get the perfect shot, and learning more about photography and the aspect on how you film games. Well, some of the best parts about volunteering with Rogers is just learning, getting to meet new people while you're doing it, and just being behind the camera and learning more as you go.
Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet, back under yellow flag conditions here after a red flag stint for a 4-car pileup for the V8 stocks, implicating the points battle, and in particular the points leader, the number 2 of Doug Stewart, who continues to remain in the pits and might be done for the night, which gives some opportunity to that 45 of Barry Watson, the 73 of Jordan Morris. As you heard, Jamie Maudsley joining us just before we went to break. Has really turned this points championship upside down. The leader is Jeremy Taggart. And in second spot, J.R. Fitzpatrick, bringing out a V8 stock tonight and contending here in this feature, just 5 laps in, 20 to go. Chris Orrs, Kate Frail top of the tower, Jeremy McGrady down trackside. And we'll run through that quick dry here on the front stretch, try and work that in a little bit. Started the feature with 21 V8 stocks, which is fantastic. Unfortunately, obviously some are out now, but going to be a good one here. They'll double up on the back stretch here. We're expecting the white flag next time by. Here you see again that huge campground here at Delaware Speedway. That's just about half of it in total for the Great Canadian Race Weekend. Triple header weekend here at Delaware Speedway. Ticket information, full schedule information, including spectator gates, opening time, all the good stuff, when qualifying is, when practice sessions is. You can see it all over the weekend, DelawareSpeedway.com.
If things finish the way that they sit right now, and Doug Stewart does not make it back on the track, that would give another 9 points in favor of Barry Watson.
Yes, not to mention, if Barry can get to the front of the pack and lead a lap, that's a point. If he can lead the most, because we're not over halfway yet, that's another point.
So we're looking that he may be 3 or 4 points if it sits right the way that it is right now.
To the good? Like in the lead?
In the lead.
Wow, what a change here for the V8 stocks. The pace car will drop off onto pit road. Taggart will choose the outside here. That'll put Fitzpatrick on the low groove. Out of turn 4 they come with 20 to go. Green flag, we're racing with the V8 stocks. They'll go full blast here for the entire lap. They cannot break out starting at a slow pace. So they'll go full out here. And J.R. Fitzpatrick taking advantage of that. He'll rocket to the front at Delaware. And the 14, J.R. Fitzpatrick at the front of the field, taking advantage of the opening lap. Floor it and get what you can get. At 21.442, that's starting from a restart situation. Now they got to manage the lap. Rockwood looking to get to the inside, but Taggart will fight back on the outside of the lead. They all got to manage their lap times here. Kate's watching the clock for us. Everybody good. Steve Book was close, 21.146. 400ths of a second to the good. Watson's in 4th. Ellis battling with Morris side by side for 5th. And then the rest of the field. Jordan Morris close. Oh, close was Adam Everson. He broke out. Everson broke out. Thank you, Kate. 21.065. So the 51's got to stop and go next time on the backstretch. Speed shot. Watch for the 51 to pull over here. And he's already slowing down, so the 51 will do a stop and go on the backstretch as the lead group goes on by. Front 4 all together. It's Fitzpatrick up front. Steve Book again at 21.14. Again, 4 100ths to the good. But it's Fitzpatrick out front. Taggart on the outside. Rockwood on the inside to 91. Watson there. And Morris is there as well. Jordan Morris has come to the front.
Mike Herniak Jr. breaks out. Kara Martin breaks out.
So we have 2 breakouts there. Lucas Orr was close, 21.128. Who broke out with Herniak?
Kara Martin.
Oh, Kara Martin in the 53 broke out. Okay. So they're at the back of the field. They'll have to stop and go. So they'll lose a ton of track time. They're already at the back of this field. The lead group down the back. And the 15 will continue on. So will the 53. So they won't adhere to the stop and go. They might get a black flag here or a warning. Halfway this time by. We'll watch for the 15 and the 53, this time down the back. Fitzpatrick, your leader. Taggart in second. Everybody good that time by. The 15 goes on by again. And so does the 53. I'm not going to doubt Kate. I know she knows how to read numbers. But apparently the 2 drivers don't know they have to stop.
Jeff Ferguson breaks out.
Who did?
Jeff Ferguson
Jeff
in the
Ferguson.
23.
They are being instructed to stop, but they have not stopped. We're hearing that from race control. The 15 and the 53 are being instructed to stop. They're going to stop getting scored now.
Now, remember, before the race, we saw the 15 of Herniak Jr. come back down pit road, and we thought that it could have been a radio issue. So I'm wondering if that's what's happening now as well.
But the 53 has not adhered either. Oh, the Ferguson jumps right in front of Orr to stop and goal, and Orr almost got in the back of him. But we're all okay. Ferguson does the stop and go. Herniak has not yet, neither has Karen Merton in the 53, as the leaders work traffic. And they're all together now. Watson's up to second now around Taggart. Fitzpatrick still leads. Rockwood to the inside of Morris, trying to get the fourth spot. They're all together. Steve Book's coming to the front as well. What a great race. The V8 stocks, 8 to go this time by. Fitzpatrick, his fastest lap of the race at 21.27. He still has 17 tenths of a second to work with. That's the scary part.
I think that 14 machine has more giddy up and go. He's just trying to manage some lap times.
Well, you saw the opening lap, Kate, when they could go full bore, and he grabbed the lead. Oh, Watson will charge to the inside, trying to get a good lap in. Fitzpatrick will fight him off. Everybody good that time by. Oh, the 15 finally is going to adhere to the stop and go, and so is the 53. Both on the same lap, so they must have had different communications last time by that they both heard at that time. And Ferguson again will break out. And Martin will retire from the race. She'll come into the infield for some reason. Herniak restarts, so does the Ferguson machine. Leaders down the back. Fitzpatrick last time by at 21.18, his fastest lap. Fitzpatrick at the line again. Watson to the outside, looking for the lead. He tries to cross over. Rockwood's up to third now. Morris to the inside. Morris almost around, and Morris is around. No, he's not. Now he is. In the backstretch, the 73's around. Caution on the speedway for the 73 of Morris. He tried to save it 3 or 4 times, race fans, but finally lost the back end and brings out the caution. I'm not sure if Karen Martin has an issue in the 53, Kate, or she misinterpreted the stop and go and thinking that you have to come in and stop and talk to a safety official.
But again, she wasn't stopping and going. Race control was trying to get a hold of them. So maybe there's another radio issue. Unfortunately, radio issues, if you're having them, they don't let you back on. It's not safe. That's what they deem, especially in this class, because of the stop and go penalty. Your radio must be working.
So Fitzpatrick is your leader with 6 to go here in the V8 stock feature. Watson taking advantage, or trying to take advantage at the opening of every lap. It's a 21.1 second breakout. So where you manage that lap time, race fans, it's up to the driver. Either the first half you're going full bore and then back off on the second half of the lap. There you see Morris right now going to work on that right rear area. Or you go kind of slow in the first half of the lap and hammer it down from halfway down the backstretch all the way to the start-finish line. It looks like Watson's trying to take advantage of the early parts of the lap to try and get to the 14. Field side by side quickly narrowed down to just 10 cars. We started with 21. So attrition and accident definitely taking a toll here on this field. White flag on the speedway.
Now, right now, they have on scoring, they have Doug Stewart listed in 15th position with Barry Watson up in second. That definitely does, no matter what, change
13,
our leader.
That's 13 points on position.
There was 11 going into the night, so that doesn't even include our heat race differential.
Absolutely. Barry Watson's got to be the unofficial leader right now. Plus, if he leads a lap here, he cannot lead the most laps anymore. If he leads a lap, that's another bonus point. Lights off the Delaware Speedway pace vehicle. Karen Martin back on the track, good to see. And she's in 11th place with all the attrition. So good for Kara. Here they come. Fitzpatrick will lead him to the line. Watch the speed of this 14. You can go full bore in the opening lap. Green flag racing with the V8 stocks with 6 to go.
Kara Martin has rejoined this field. We are getting confirmation that, yes, it was a radio issue. They were testing the radio. They have now let her back onto the race surface.
The 14 rockets off of turn number 2 and grabs a good 3-car length lead already. That's the advantage of that opening lap. 21.863 that lap was for Fitzpatrick, but he allows the field to get back. He didn't want to go too fast. 3 wide for 5th. Steve Book in the middle of Ferguson and Herniak. And still 3 wide through the corner.
That'll be where Barry Watson has a little bit of advantage over J.R. Fitzpatrick tonight in the fact that he runs the breakout rule more often.
That's right.
J.R. is just trying to hang in there and make sure that he doesn't break out, but he's just used to going fast.
Fitzpatrick out front, Watson second, Rockwood up to third, Ferguson battling Ellis for fourth, and then it's Book. Morris off the pace. Morris is actually in the penalty box.
J.R. Fitzpatrick just breaks out 21.084.
Caution flag. Now the key is, did they get the caution before the stripe? Because if they did, maybe the breakout doesn't count. Interesting scenario has just developed here. Jordan Morris broke out. He was on the backstretch doing the stop and go. We have 2 cars around in turn 4. It's Avison in the 51. I can't get a number on the other car. Is that the 53 of...
I don't see the 53 anywhere else, so I'm thinking that might be the 53 of Kara Martin.
That might be Kara Martin in the 53. The question is here, did they get the caution before the start-finish line? Does that breakout time of the leader count? Interesting call here. Very, very interesting. He broke out by 16 one-thousandths of a second. 16 one-thousandths of a second. He did a 21.084. And that, I think,
it looks like they've reset.
They've reset it.
To
it's
a
not going to count
before.
because, and here's another addition to that. The caution, you reset the field from the last green flag completed lap. So if they didn't complete a lap, that breakout time does not count. Is
Correct.
that right?
Yes.
Wow, what a huge break.
Because you have to go back to the last completed lap. They have 4 laps on the scoreboard. So that lap at 22, lap 22 was the one that he broke out on. It's not a real lap. We're still going. So they don't count that. What a break for the 14 of J.R. Fitzpatrick.
Wow.
And he better use it to his advantage at this point.
Yeah.
He's got 4 to go. The first lap, he's probably not going to break out. The second one, you got a little bit better of a chance, but...
Here's another thing. It's not a 2-way radio system with the V8 stocks. It's a 1-way from the race control to the cars. Did they tell him that he broke out before they went caution? If they didn't, he has no idea that that lap was too fast. So what are you thinking in the cockpit? That's another scenario, because the crew can't tell him, because there's no communication with the crew.
And I don't think race control would have told him that he broke out, because that may have made confusion if they're going back to lap 4. So why tell him? So he may not know.
He didn't even know. We're back to green, and Fitzpatrick still leads at the front of this field with 4 to go. Watch for this run out of corner 2 here, race fans, on that 14, up the hill in turn 2, down the back. Not as much as we've seen. Ellis is going to take control, trying to get to the outside. It's the 48 of Connor Ellis challenging for the lead. Here comes Steve Book out of nowhere with that golden roof. Everybody good. 3 to go. Fitzpatrick, Ellis, Watson, Book, and Rockwood. They're all there. What a fantastic V8 feature. And J.R. Fitzpatrick at the point just needs to manage his time here. Here they come.
So not only is the 14, you can see it there, the right rear's got a rub. It's been there almost all race. You'll see little dusts of smoke coming off the right rear of the 14. So is the car going to last the last 2 laps? Is he going to last the last 2 laps without a breakout? We'll just have to wait and see.
He slows at the front stretch. You'll see Watson close right in at the stripe here. White flag. Watson to the lead. Ellis to the outside. 3 wide into the corner. Watson peeled off. Ellis is loose up in the marbles. And Fitzpatrick left alone in front. He just has to manage his time. The field's starting to close in. J.R. Fitzpatrick trying to get 21.1 or slower. Here we go at the line. Fitzpatrick will win it. And he's good. will finish second. Rockwood third, and we got a spin in turn number 1.
We've got 4 cars piled up in turn 1. Now, I believe that these guys are running again on Sunday, as per what Jamie Mosley, not Jordan.
A lot of
Jordan's
damaged
down in the
cars.
pits. But there's a lot of damaged cars. So what's that going to do to the points as well?
Let's go to the replay here and see what happened after they took the checkered flag. Watch the cars on the inside. Right side, there's Evison in the 51, hammering on the brakes. He's going to get hit hard from behind. Then they collide with Ferguson in the 23. He goes around. There's Orr in the red 95. And they'll all pile into each other. But J.R. Fitzpatrick will be the winner of this feature race for the V8 stocks.
I think that first car was actually the 73 of Jordan Morris, and then Evison peeled into him. Is what I think.
Okay.
I was just
looking
good. Very closely at my monitor.
What a great V8 stock feature race for sure. We'll send it momentarily down the trackside to Jordan Maudsley as JR gets set to get out of the car. There he is. Let's go trackside to Jordan Maudsley with JR Fitzpatrick.
Fitzpatrick, an excellent race there. They really made you work for it. You had an interesting strategy there. Can you walk me through that race?
I don't know what kind of strategy that was, man. It was really interesting. You know, it's almost like pack racing in a way, and you got to watch your mirrors, see where everybody is. And I was trying to judge myself off the 45 because I know he's really experienced, but it worked out. I mean, I know we were really close there a couple times, and I don't know what just happened there, but I had a pile of fun, and I got to thank, obviously, Delaware Speedway, because if it wasn't for this class, we wouldn't have been able to bring this really cool old car out and have some fun with it. All my crew guys for coming. I got to thank Daryl Timmerman for putting it through the body template later. It's not APC legal, Daryl. But again, thanks you fans for coming. I didn't expect this. This was a pile of fun.
J.R. Fitzpatrick with an excellent run, and the Duck Stater Property Maintenance V8 stock feature.
Yeah, fantastic interview. V8 stock winner J.R. Fitzpatrick. More to come. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Navarro, a producer here at Rogers TV, and I just want to say thank you to all the volunteers that we have that put on our shows. Whether that's hosts in front of the camera or volunteers behind the scenes, we couldn't do it without you, so I just want to say thanks.
Bless you.
Welcome back at Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen and Chevrolet. Chris Soares at Kate Friel, Jeremy McGrady down at trackside. What a V8 stock feature. Started with 21, finished with 11 cars, but still what a finish.
Yeah, it was a very interesting finish, especially with the breakout, but that lap didn't count. It wasn't fully completed. Nuts.
Yeah, absolutely. Bone stock feature up next. The points separated by just 2. Jeremiah Rabideau has cut into that Matt Langford points lead. Now they'll start 16 cars apart, which in turn is 8 rows. Big feature coming up.
Big feature and a lot of work for Matt Langford to do to get back up to where Rabideau is. But who knows? Keep your nose clean in these bone stocks, because you never know what's going to happen.
And we'll see what's going to happen on the other side of the break. It's Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Carbon monoxide is a deadly gas you can't see, smell, or taste.
Homes with fuel-burning appliances and/or attached garages must have working CO alarms installed outside all sleeping areas.
Don't let the silent killer get you. Install working CO alarms today.
Think before you say it. Don't wind up like me. Imprisoned by your tongue. Doing 1 to 3.
That was good behavior.
You got
Our little girl's growing up so fast, and things couldn't be better.
What's going on?
Expanding for the others.
What others?
Hello. I'm anxiety.
I'm envy. Oh, look at your hair. Oh yeah, not happening.
And that's embarrassment. Ow. Sorry.
Welcome back to Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet. Let's go trackside to Jeremy.
Thanks, Chris. I'm here with Ryan Dyson, the driver of the 28 machine. Now, Ryan, you have a busy race weekend here for the Great Canadian Race Weekend here at Delaware Speedway. Obviously, with the Dayco Superstock Series here tonight, then obviously you're going to make your debut in the NASCAR Canada Series as well on Sunday. What's going to be the strategy for you here this weekend, obviously with the race tonight and then also Sunday in the NASCAR Canada Series debut?
Yeah, tonight we're up to a pretty good start, getting the pole award, and that was awesome just to do it on lap 5 there and go out and do that. That was our we swept the poles here this year for that series, so hopefully the outcome's the same as the last one, and go out there and park it just like we did last Friday night. But yeah, the NASCAR series, we're very excited about it. There's lots of people who believe in what we're doing, and we have some amazing partners that have helped make it possible. And it's definitely a dream come true. It's something, you know, sitting up on the hill as a kid when I was little, just dreaming of racing one day. And I remember my parents would always bring us out here to watch, you know, the Great Canadians and all that kind of stuff when back when it was cast cars. So it's a dream, and it's a bucket list item, and the goal is to ultimately get there one day full time. But obviously, you know, that's a big budget operation. But yeah, we're really excited about it. We were out testing the car a couple of weeks ago, and we were really fast. So I'm hoping that translates to Sunday, and yeah, I'm really excited. Dream come true.
Yeah, and talk to me about that process. You know, how did you get the opportunity to be able to make your debut at this track here at Delaware Speedway and be able to get yourself into the NASCAR Canada Series?
So last year we were actually supposed to run one of DJ Kennington's cars in this race, and the way our season went, we just, you know, last minute decided let's back her up. Let's focus on next season, and we decided to build this brand new Superstock at White Motorsports, which was the best decision we've ever made. And then this year, you know, we'd hoped to make it happen again, and kind of, you know, things weren't looking too good. And then David White, who built this car, obviously, you know, they have a house car in the NASCAR Canada Series, and they, you know, they built some incredible pieces of machines. So he came to me and said, what do you think about this? And you know, what do your partners think? And it just kind of all came full circle. And it's funny how things work out sometimes. And when things are meant to be, they're meant to be. And yeah, it turns out waiting was the best thing we did.
Well, thank you very much for your time, Ryan. Good luck here tonight and also this weekend.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Hopefully in about half hour's time, we see you on the front straightaway.
Yeah, back up those stairs.
Perfect timing. Bonestock featuring Craig Coles off like a rocket ship into turn number 1. We'll go for 25 laps. There's 2 races in this one at the front of the pack and 1 for the points. And right now, Matt Langford is in a ton of trouble way back at the back of this field, and Jeremiah Rabideau just outside the top 10. But it's Craig Cole gone to open up the lap. He's out by 15 car lengths. Driscoll in second, Howard's in third, Verburns in fourth. Rabideau trying to get into the top 10, and Langford trying to work through traffic. And right now, Langford's in 25th position, and Rabideau is in 9th. Huge points implications here, potentially.
Langford's just got to keep doing what he's done in these first opening 2 laps, is he's got to at least take 1 car per lap, move his way to the front. If he makes that the goal, he might have a better shot at least closing the gap that Rabideau may extend on him, or close the gap and keep his points lead.
Unofficially, the Langford points lead 2 going into the feature. Jeremiah chipped 9 off that 11-point lead heading into tonight through the heat races. Craig Cole, my goodness, in another time zone right now. Driscoll remains in the 2nd spot. Howard's falling back on the outside. Verburn up to 3rd. Dixon now up to 4th. Rabideau 2 cars behind Dixon on the lower lane in that block number 5. There's your points leader, bottom right. Marred back in traffic. And Rabideau trying to get through traffic at the front of this field.
think the best thing that Matt Langford can do is hook up with the 17 of Wilms. They're both fast cars, and work your way together to the front.
Yeah, that's a good call. Rabideau now up to 5th spot. Looking to the inside of Dixon. Langford up to 21st. He was at 26 2 laps ago. The Rabideau group, top left. Langford group, bottom right. Craig Cole, no story at the front just yet. If it becomes a story, other than the fact that he has a full straightaway lead, folks, we'll take it to the lead. Right now, we're watching the points battle. Rabideau top left. Langford bottom right. Your points leader's bottom right. And in 21st position, Rabideau to the inside of her, Burn to 4th. Jeremiah Rabideau trying to come to the front.
And in the back of the pack, Langford's working his way through all that traffic. He's got the 17 of Wilms there that's fast. He's got the 16 of Dakota Loma, who won last week's feature, and they're all moving to the front. So one by one, you got to at least pass a car a lap. You got to make yourself that goal and work one car at a time. That's 1 point you're ticking away every lap.
Matt Langford up to the 20th spot. Jeremiah Rabideau up to 4th. Craig Cole is a full straightaway ahead of the second place runner of Daniel Mayu. And very comfortable in front. Rabideau up to 3rd spot now behind Mayu. Bottom right is your points leader. In the 20th spot, that's Matt Langford. Right now, a points lead change would happen with Jeremiah gaining a ton of points on Matt Langford. Jeremiah right now in the 3rd position. Langford looking to the inside of the 15 of Roberts. He's got Lowoma in the 16 right in front. Howard has continued to fall back. The 3 cars started in the 2nd row. Langford looking for any position if possible. The leader, Craig Cole, into turn number 3 already and into back marker traffic.
Another car that's kind of in the mix, right in the middle, is the 78 of Justin Culver, looking fast, trying to push his way through traffic. He's been right on the bumper of the 19 for about 3 laps as well.
Craig Cole's got a 4.712 second lead, but in the traffic now. We'll see if that hurts. Oh, Rabideau almost rolled the wall in turn number 2. You saw it on your screen. He almost rolled the wall, allowed Donovan Clark to get to the inside. Jeremiah using every little bit of track in turn number 2, but he stays in the 3rd spot for now.
The biggest thing for Rabideau, with there unofficially being a 2-point gap, is you need to keep your nose clean too. You're up near the front. You need the points if you're going for that championship. I mean, if you're going for the win, he's driving it like he stole it right
Langford
now.
at 17th spot. Another key point, Kate, is that Jeremiah can only gain 2 more spots because he's running in 3rd. Langford can still gain a ton of spots because he's running in 17th. So the advantage from that perspective goes to the points leader, who you see to the outside of Wilms, bottom right. Fothergill to 33. Langford trying to work his way through traffic. Craig Cole's through a good stint of traffic. Rabideau looks to the outside of Mayu for the 2nd spot. Rabideau trying to get there now. They go to the high side of the 10 of Levac. And Rabideau now there to the 2nd spot, trying to get to the outside of the Mayu 28. Out of turn 2 they go. They'll drag race down the back. There you see the white nose tip of the 52 of Donovan Clark. Levac off the pace. He'll go to the infield. Rabideau to the outside of Mayu for the 2nd spot. Langford marred in a ton of traffic. Over a straightaway and a turn behind Rabideau is Matt Langford. Rabideau to the 2nd spot now. And lots of clear traffic in front. And clear track, my apologies. There's Langford behind the 93 of Meyer. Langford is sitting right now
in 15th.
In 15th, so he's gone from 26th to 15th, 11 spots. Oh, we got a slow car in the front stretch. This could be bad news for Rabideau, but Langford would love the field to be reset. Right front tire down in the 64, crawling to turn number 1. I think he'll make it. The Clausen machine, they're telling him to get in here. Don't want the tire to be left on the track, and he's off the racing surface. We'll stay green with 9 to go. Craig Cole all alone in the backstretch. Rabideau in 2nd spot, followed by Mayu, Clark, and Jack Dixon, your top 5. Langford still in the 15th position. He'll go by Triska for 14th. But still, that's a lot of points. That's a difference of 12 points right now in favor of Rabideau, who only trails by 2 going into the feature.
But in bone stock racing, with how many cars there are, all it takes is one little thing to wreck your night. Here's the gap. There's your leader, Cole, right there at the start-finish line to the Rabideau machine coming out of turn number 4. The actual lead has trimmed down by 1.7 seconds. It's now 3.01 seconds from Cole to Rabideau with 6.5 laps to go. And Mayu trying to hook on to the rear decklet of the 5 of Rabideau and have Jeremiah bring him up to the front. It looks like they're tracking the leader down here, and there's a ton of traffic coming up in front of Craig Cole in the next lap or 2. It's now 2.3 seconds. Rabideau is bringing Mayu to the front, and they're tracking down the 55 of Craig Cole. Checking in on the points leader, Matt Langford up to the 13th spot now. And it's some heavy traffic. But the story is now to the front. There you see Cole, top of your screen. Rabideau now 2.1 seconds. It's gone from 4.7 seconds to 2.1 in 3 laps. And 4.5 laps to go. Visibly now closer. There's Langford, bottom of your screen. Live scoring left of your screen. Rabideau top. Jeremiah in second spot now. Langford trying to get to the inside of Dixon. Dixon's running in the 10th spot right now. So Langford just outside the top 10. 3 laps to go this time by. Does Jeremiah have enough time here? It might think that you do. 1.7 last time, the gap. Now it's 1.149. He's chopping off some time. A lot every lap here. Rabideau has left Mayu, and Rabideau making a charge to the front of this field. With 2.5 laps to go, does he have enough time? The cornering is key for Rabideau. Look how much distance he gains on the cornering alone. Yeah, Cole's cornering has gotten worse and worse coming out of 4 as this race has gone on. So I think the tires have grown just way too much with heat. That air pressure expands and the tire grows.
0.8 seconds the gap last time by. 1 lap to go this time by. Does Rabideau have enough time? It's going to come down to the wire. It's Cole and Rabideau to settle it here in the bone stock feature. White flag on the speedway. Through turns 1 and 2. Watch the cornering here. Jeremiah using 4 wheels, Cole using 3. One more time into turn 3. Can Cole hold on here? I think he's going to do it. Out of turn 4. Flag to flag. Caution free. Craig Cole will win it. Jeremiah Rabideau, a huge second place finish for the points. Where does Langford finish? Langford comes around, and he's going to finish 11th. So that's 9 points alone on the track. A 9-point differential. Contact in turn 1 on the slowdown lap. So Jeremiah coming in behind 2 unofficially into the feature and gaining 9 more points. Unofficially might be up by 7 or more. And will be the new points leader heading to next week, a bone stock 50-lapper here on Rogers TV, our final broadcast of the season. Wow, that makes things interesting.
But just a reminder to all the viewers that coming into tonight's race, Jeremiah Rabideau was behind by 11.
That's what I said.
So
he gained 18 points tonight.
He gained 18 points.
Yeah.
So that doesn't mean that Langford couldn't do the same thing next week.
Absolutely.
We can go back and forth. So that's the biggest part of bone stock racing.
Here it is coming in, as Kate was just talking about. That was the difference, 11 points. We now have it unofficially as Jeremiah gaining 18 points and being up by 7 now on Matt Langford going to next week's 50-lapper for the bone stocks. That's all unofficial, but we believe Rabideau to be ahead by at least 7 points in the points championship after a huge 18-point gain. We're going to set it down at trackside momentarily to Jordan Mosley to speak with Craig Cole, who barely held on after leading flag to flag. Let's go trackside to Jordan.
There you go. Hold up high.
Some difficulty with the flags, but you made the race look easy. Walk me through that one.
Yeah, it was. At the beginning it seemed easy, and then I seen that number 5 creeping up the last couple of laps to go, and I kind of got a little scared there.
Yeah, you had to add a little bit of drama, but how much fun is it getting back into this racing?
What was that?
How much fun is it getting back into the Bone Stock victory lane down here?
Oh yeah, this class is great. You come out here, slam a Cavalier or a Sunfire together, and give her shit.
And I know you got a lot of people you want to thank.
So no, what I do want to know is everybody comes down to this racetrack, but nobody ever does a burnout. Does anybody here want to see a burnout? Oh, come on, you guys can do better than that. Who wants to see me smoke the tires right off this car? Yeah, let's go!
They're going nuts. Here goes Craig Cole, your Wampum Fuels Bone Stock winner.
All right, that is your Bone Stock feature race winner, Craig Cole, who got permission from the crowd to do a smoke show. So we will step away and we'll be back with the Dayco Superstock Championship race. It is the Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Ray saves you money, and that's the key on Chevy, Buick, GMC. Ray Cullen Chevrolet. You should drive by Ray today.
Thank you to all our volunteers who come out to Rogers. I greatly appreciate every single one of them that come out. We have a great time, and being a volunteer myself many moons ago, it's a great start to a career, and it's also better than picking up trash off the side of the highway.
Welcome back to Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet. Chris Orrs, Kate Friel, top of the tower. And we have Jeremy McGrady down trackside. We're going to see a little smoke show from the 55 Craig Cole. As we get set for the Dayco Superstock Championship race. We're going to crown a champion here tonight here at Delaware Speedway. That's pretty good, the smoke show.
How's that, folks? Make some noise, Craig Cole!
I'm sure that the Dayco Superstock sitting on the front stretch that got to eat all of that dust and smoke and rubber are like, not before I go do my laps here, guys.
Well, some say over his career, Craig Cole has blown out a lot of smoke, but now the 55 is going to do the smoke as he retires back to the infield after a sensational, impressive Bone Stock feature race win. As we get set for the Dayco Superstocks, what do you expect from this championship race?
I'm excited to see who we crown in champion. The points are so close that there's about 4 or 5 drivers in contention. So anything can happen here with who ends up on top. And I'm interested to see what happens and who it'll be. Yeah. Whether it be Carson Nagy, who we get to see run here often, as well as Lane Zardo. I'm just ready for this race.
Yeah, Ryan Dyson was the first after the qualifying. Top 10 came in tonight, just separated by 12 points. We'll have that race for you on the other side of the break. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Don't get caught unprepared this summer. White's Rental is your one-stop shop for lawnmower tune-ups and repairs. You can visit us at our new location, 785 Little Simcoe Street.
My name is Ryan Dyson, and I drive the number 28 race car at Delaware Speedway and across Ontario all summer long. You can check out our YouTube vlog series right here on Rogers TV every Friday at 6 o'clock p.m.
Jeff from Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff here, and we're back for another fantastic season of Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff. We're going to cook some great food with some really great folks. We're going to use some unique barbecues, and we're going to have a lot of fun. As always, I'm going to be wearing some pretty unique shirts as well. Watch Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff Thursdays at 7:30.
Welcome back in Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet. Chris Orrs, Kate Friel, top of the tower. Jeremy O'Grady down trackside. Getting set for the Dayco Superstock Series Championship race here at Delaware Speedway. There you see, this is before qualifying. Coming into tonight, the top 10 drivers separated by just 12 points. That's it with Carson Nagy, top of the board right now, Kate.
Carson Nagy's there, and then we've got Sean Chenoweth. He said he's coming to win. He wasn't so worried about the points other than winning tonight. So Chenoweth always looking for a win. Leighton Zardo's up there too. Colton Everingham. Everybody's right there, and I can't wait to see what happens here.
Absolutely. They're doing, I believe, in-car introductions here for the Dayco Superstock. Break again. As we get set for this 50-lap feature, and we'll have more on the other side of the break. It's Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Think it's okay to drive high? Think again. Drug-impaired driving is as illegal as drunk driving, and in Ontario, the penalties are the same. If police suspect you're driving under the influence of drugs of any kind, or a combination of drugs and alcohol, and you fail a roadside test, your license will be suspended immediately for up to 30 days. You'll pay a penalty of $198. And you can be charged with a criminal offense of impaired driving, the same as alcohol. Driving high is never okay.
Join the high-energy, bodyweight-based workouts of the Thunder Twins. Gerald and Harold will get all shapes and sizes up and moving.
You just don't go down as low. No. We want you to cross your body, though, and do a slight bend.
Catch the Thunder Mondays at noon.
Welcome back. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet. There you see the replay of the Craig Cole burnout for the fans here after the Bone Stock feature. Now they're introducing the Dayco Superstock starting lineup. We will crown a champion here tonight. Carson Nagy leading by 4 points heading into this 50-lapper. And it's going to be a doozy. Here you see the flagman, which is actually, I believe, isn't that Sean, the Delaware Speedway race director? I think he's the flagman for this series, which is pretty cool. Sean Gibbs on the flag stand tonight. Here you see Nagy in the orange 93, Chenoweth 89, Zardo 36, Dyson 28. And that is Steve Book, I think, in the 83, who's going to lead this field to green. I think the invert was 2 because Dyson was the fastest qualifier in the 28.
That brings us to our top 10 stars.
So they're just going through the starting order right now. And let's take you a recap through the standings here, where they all sit heading into tonight. Carson Nagy with a 4-point lead over Chenoweth. 1 point back is DeBello and Zardo. 2 points off that pace is Miles Tyson in the 49. Colton Everingham 8 back, Jay Dewar 9 back. Top 10 separated by just 12. The key players right now, Nagy, Chenoweth, DeBello, Zardo, Tyson, your top 5 right there. Going to be a doozy of a race here. 50 laps for the Dayco Superstock 2024 Series title. And they're doing it right here at the Delaware Speedway. Don't forget, it's the first night of a triple header here. Great Canadian race weekend here at the half mile. Ticket information, schedule information at DelawareSpeedway.com. All the information you need. If you're coming tomorrow, I'll give you a hint right off the bat. Come to bundle up. It's going to be chilly all day long, cloudy, Hopefully no rain, because you can't race with rain, but it will be chilly and cloudy, so come ready to be bundled up if you're coming to the track tomorrow. But it's going to be some great racing tomorrow, and the NASCAR's Canada Series on Sunday. Green flag flies Sunday at 4:30 p.m. All right, Kate Frail getting set for the Dayco Superstock Series here. The finale, the championship race. Steve Bookin at 83 with the invert, grabs the pole off Dyson, but that 28 strong.
The 28 is strong. He won here last week. He's looking to get another, so hopefully he can get another one tonight. That's what he wants.
It's going to be about bonus points, I would imagine. I don't know how the point systems work here for the Dayco Series, but you see bottom left of your screen, the 93 of Carson Nagy. That's your points leader. 4 points ahead of the green car, the 36 Elaine Zardo, but they're only starting a position apart. So Zardo's got some work to do here, especially if Nagy and Zardo both stay at the front of this field and battle it out. So I'm not quite sure how the points work for this particular series, but we're going to figure it out as we go here. I'm not sure if it's a point per position. I'm not sure if they give a point for leading a lap. I would imagine they would, and a point for leading the majority of the laps, but I can't confirm that. All right, they're going to get these cars roaring here as the grid has been introduced. Here's the countdown.
3, 2, 1.
Drivers, crank them up!
The Dayco Superstock Series will come to life at the Delaware Speedway, where we will crown a 2024 champion here at the half mile. Break. We'll be right back. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Playing whatever. Jack 102.3.
This is the moment you get what you want. Don't think you'll go home. Look at that play. Go strong. What a catch. If you want to make it, then you can take it. But you better get in the zone.
Thank you to all our volunteers who come out to Rogers. I greatly appreciate every single one of them that come out. We have a great time, and being a volunteer myself many moons ago, it's a great start to a career, and it's also better than picking up trash off the side of the highway.
Welcome back, Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet. And getting set as they're rolling out for the Dayco Superstock finale. How do you want me to adjust the points at all or not?
Like you said, Justin, just a little bit different feeling.
All right, so we're going to run for 50 laps here.
Cars to watch in big contention, I believe, for the points championship. Carson Nagy, Lane Zardo, Sean Chenoweth.
Yep. And
Watch
they're starting
those
back
guys.
to back. Yep, you're right.
Watch those guys. Those are the guys that I think one of those three will be able to pull it off.
They're starting in reverse order,
tonight.
too, of how you called them. Nagy, Zardo, Chenoweth in the points. Chenoweth, Zardo, Nagy in order on the track from his 3rd to 5th. The starting positions. The 83 Steve Book, though, pole position. Ryan Dyson will sit outside row number 1. Chenoweth Zardo, row number 2. Nagy Vandervis Jr., row number 3. That's how they'll start. Wave lap coming now as the drivers will wave to the crowd that's in attendance here tonight and appreciate everybody that is here to watch them race. Sean Gibbs, the flag man, on the stand here for this Dayco Superstock 2024 championship finale. going to go for 50 laps here at the half mile. To finish off what's been a chilly but very exciting opening night of the Great Canadian Race Weekend triple header here at Delaware Speedway.
Now. 50 laps to go, and we find our champion.
Key start for Dyson here, outside row number 1. He was the fastest qualifier. He likes to get a good start here if he can, especially on the outside here at Delaware.
Even if Dyson can't grab the championship, he definitely wants to grab that win. He wants to end the season for Dayco Superstocks on a high. He finished on a high last week with the win in regular programming, and we're about to go green.
Steve Book will bring him to the line. Sit back and get ready. Race fans, 50 laps, Dayco Superstock finale. And we're racing green flag. Book on the inside, Dyson on the outside, ready some tire smoke from back in the field. Book got rid of loose, shut him within the 89 right there to the inside of Dyson. And the roar down the back. Side by side for the lead. No, side by side for second. My apologies. Let's head down below. Sean Gibbs to the flag stand. Speed shot at the half mile. Field will start working lap number 2. It's Book out front. Chenoweth to second. Zardo up to third. Dyson trapped on the outside. Nagy trying to get to the inside of the 28. Sparks out of the 93 of Nagy, but he'll keep her going. Book will lead the field into turn number 1. Up the hill in turn 2. Down the back, that 83 looking strong early, Kate.
The 83 is looking strong. He's got a nice gap. Now, the 93 is in the points lead. He wants to keep the other two of Chenoweth and Zardo within his reach. He needs to stay. If it's only a 1-point difference per position, he needs to stay right behind him. There's only 2 points back to Zardo.
Yep, that's the key in that championship battle, just behind Steve Book. Nagy leads Zardo by 2 points and leads Chenoweth by 8. Heading into this finale race, Zardo to the inside and Chenoweth ready your screen for second spot. Exactly what Steve Book wants to see. That's your top 3 in the points, all battling on the track for second. Right to your screen. Zardo, look at the sparks out of the 93 of Nagy. Nagy to the inside of Chenoweth. Great racing early here, 4 laps in. Dayco Superstock finale here from Delaware. Zardo in the 36, Nagy in at 93. Second and third respectively on the racetrack. Reverse them, top 2 in points, separated by 2 heading into this race. Side by side, Vanderwist beside Chenoweth now. Pete Vanderwist Jr. having a good early run. Dyson right there in tow. That's a battle for 4th behind this lead threesome. Zardo, Nagy, right there. There's that battle right behind him. Vanderwist Jr. makes the pass. Chenoweth falling back here. Steve Book still at the front of this field.
It is 1 point per position, Chris. So yes, he needs to keep Lane Zardo nice and tight and don't let him gain any extra by leading a lap.
That's the key, I think, right now. Kate, and you bring up a good point because they're both running second and third on the racetrack. Zardo needs to get to the front to get some bonus points. And right now, Steve Book is standing in the way. Vanderwist 4th, Dyson up to 5th. Jay Doerr has gotten behind Chenoweth, so Sean Chenoweth falling back. He's in 7th place now. There's your points battle coming into this race. 2-point differential. The 36 trailing the 93. Right now, if they were to finish this way, Nagy would win the championship by 1 single point. Zardo needs to get to the front. Needs to get a bonus lap in. Zardo a little loose on a turn 2. There's Chenoweth falling back. Bottom right of your screen. He's 7th and falling back. Nagy to the inside. A key maneuver here for the championship. Zardo needs to keep him behind him. And Zardo will shut the door into turn number 1. Nagy gets under him. Give him a little push. protect. It's still early though, Kate. He could let him go. Vanderwist to the inside, and he almost got squished into the end of the pit wall by Zardo. Lane Zardo cannot afford to lose any more positions.
No, Lane Zardo's got to keep the 93 close and ready to attack. There's 38 laps to go. Still lots of time in this race, but good on Nagy to want to get out and ahead of him now and hopefully hold it there.
Vanderwist to the inside of Zardo again, and Pete Vanderwist Jr. looking very good. Lane Zardo now losing spots. Exactly what Carson Nagy wants to see. And now Dyson to the inside of Zardo. The 36 falling back now as Nagy is reeling in Steve Book, the leader.
And I said it too during qualifying and at the end of qualifying that I thought that the 7 car, Pete Vanderwist Jr., had a very strong car tonight, showing to be true. He is sitting in 3rd.
Nagy has caught the leader. They're in turns 3 and 4 now. There's Vanderwist, Dyson, and Zardo. Zardo's falling back to 5th. Now Nagy looks to the inside for the lead. Into turn number 1 they go. Side by side for the lead. And the points leader goes to the front. Carson Nagy leads with 35 to go. The points leader wants to win the championship by winning the race.
And there's no better way to do it when you're going for the championship than to stand on your car with that checkered flag
we got
in
a car
hand.
around. A car around in turn number 1. And caution on the speedway. And that'll give the 36 of Lane Zardo a chance to regroup here.
The championship picture for you, it was a 2-point advantage.
And let's go look top right of your screen here. Top right. There, already going around. That's the 37 machine of Austin Penny. So that will stack him and repack him here. Opportunity, Kate, for the 36 of Lane Zardo to regroup in the cockpit. He's lost a couple of spots, 3 spots early, and now runs in 5th, and he's got a ton of work to do.
Now, I don't know if Carson Nagy made the pass, though, before the last lap was completed. So I think Steve Book might go back to the top spot as per what the scoring shows in live time. But we will have to see what they decide to do.
It could be an interesting development, too, because that would put Nagy on the outside. Zardo's slated to start inside row 3. And that could prove to be important. So we'll see what happens here with the restart order. Looks like Nagy is right now staying up front.
I'd be staying there till somebody told me differently, too, though.
Yeah, so the live timing and scoring
is showing Book in the first spot.
It says 35 laps to go, which is what the scoreboard says, and it has Steve Book at the front. More Dayco Superstock finale from Delaware coming up after the break. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
In para hockey, the ice tilts in favor of men. But that will never stop us.
United by passion, battling for equity. We are the National Women's Para Hockey Team of Canada.
We're here.
We're hungry.
We're ready.
Ready to inspire.
Ready to leave our legacy.
Ready to be supported and make history. It's our time. Are you ready?
Jeff from Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff here, and we're back for another fantastic season of Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff. We're going to cook some great food with some really great folks. We're going to use some unique barbecues, and we're going to have a lot of fun. As always, I'm going to be wearing some pretty unique shirts as well. Watch Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff Thursdays at 7:30.
Welcome back. One of the rules here for the Dayco, they have a choose rule if you follow racing south of the border. So Book chose the inside behind Nagy, puts Vanderwist outside row 1. Zardo gains a couple of spots. He'll go outside row 2. I love the choose rule. Getting set for the green flag with 35 to go. And we're racing with the Dayco Superstocks. Huge restart here for Zardo if he can stay there and gain a spot or two. Nagy will grab the lead early. Vanderwist pushing on the outside. He wants to come down on Book. He'll get the second spot. Zardo fighting with Dyson. Book got loose in turn number 4. Vanderwist Jr. up to the second spot now. I love the choose rule. We didn't notice that until we went to break. Zardo falling back again. Dyson by him. Now Dewar to the inside of Zardo. He made the right call, choose the outside, but he couldn't hold it.
The problem is that it looks like something's going away on that 36 car. He is super loose going out of turn 2. He's washing straight up the racetrack. He might have just needed to get to the inside, and that car's just not hooked up for the outside by the looks of things.
Lots of sparks continue to fly from the 93. Something dragging low. It's been like that all race. Vanderwist Jr. looking very racy in that 7. Meanwhile, bottom right, Zardo, second in the points, running at 6th on the track. Steve Book, the pole sitter, has fallen back to 3rd now, leading that train of about 6 cars. Dyson will drop to the inside on the Book, just out of your picture, bottom right in that Zardo group. There you see Dyson, bottom right, in the inside of the 83 of Book. Dewar will follow him through, and Zardo needs to get to that rear deck limit of the 43 to gain a spot on Steve Book if he can. Any spot is crucial at this particular moment. As the 93 of Nagy continues to lead, he's the points leader, top left, followed by Vanderwist Jr. Zardo will get in right behind the 43 and try and keep the Book machine on the outside. And now Zardo to the inside of Book for 5th position.
It's looking to be a great run for the 7 of Pete Vanderwist Jr. Dyson sitting nice in 3rd. And Carson Nagy's right where he wants to be, at the front of this field.
Yep, anywhere in front of the Zardo machine is actually really good. And right now he's ahead by 5 spots. Zardo will make the pass on Book. Now Shenoweth to the inside of Book, bottom right for position. And Steve Book falling back down the outside. That choose rule makes things so interesting, but that inside groove is such a preferred line in here for these Dayco Superstocks. The only one that made it work, the 7 of Vanderwist Jr. started outside row number 1 and sits in 2nd. Points leader and leader of the race, top left, that orange 93, Carson Nagy. Lane Zardo 2nd in the points. 2 back starting this race is in the 5th position. That's not good enough. Needs to get going here. And he's losing track space all the time. A full straightaway behind the leader. 25 and a half laps to go. Dayco Superstock 2024 series finale here. We will crown a champion. Who will that be? We'll find out 25 laps this time by.
Everybody's running all in a row, just one after the other, just ticking away these laps. Nobody's getting too concerned just at the moment. Everybody's in line.
Yeah, now it's a normal Superstock feature race length here at the Speedway. 25 laps. Now 24. Here you see them zooming by our speed shot camera just below the flag stand. Nagy, your points leader of the race, top left. Zardo still in 5th spot, about 5 car lengths behind Jay Dewar for that 4th spot.
Each lap, Nagy seems to be gaining just a little bit on Pete Vanderwist Jr., just spreading out that gap just a touch. Pete Vanderwist Jr. probably super happy to be sitting in that 2nd position, wants to win the race, but for that team, that would be a win.
And you never know, he might be saving some stuff to make a late charge at the 93.
Who's got the tires at the end and who used them early?
No real battles on the racetrack at this particular moment. Carson Nagy at the front of this field, trying to take home a 2024 Dayco Superstock Championship. Lane Zardo trying to do something about it, but he is half a lap behind the leader. Needs a caution for sure. Leaders coming out on Austin Petty now. Their first back marker car that they're going to have to deal with in this feature. And they'll catch Penny in turns 1 and 2. Out to the outside, Nagy goes to the 37. No problem there. No problem for Van der Wist Jr. He'll go to the outside of the 37. Jr. looked like he closed a little bit on Nagy that time by. 0.457 seconds is the gap between first and second.
He's able to knock off 2/10 in lap traffic.
Zardo 7.49 seconds behind the leader. And the driver he needs to catch. Nagy brought back another 1/10 of a second there. Jr. There's no real bottleneck of traffic right now that we see on the track ahead of the leader that Carson's going to have to deal with here. So right now, smooth sailing with 15 and a half laps to go.
The 23 of Connor Maltese is in on pit lane. It looks like they're looking at the left rear tire.
Leader is down to back another time into turn number 3. The lead's extended now to 0.79 seconds. Nagy over Van der Wist Jr. And Zardo almost 10 seconds back. Coming up on the 48, Colton Evernham now for the leaders. He'll go high and allow the leaders to come underneath. Nagy gets by. Van der Wist Jr. will get by. Now here's a little bit of just a mild variable potentially for the leader. We do have 2 cars battling for position just ahead of Carson Nagy now. About a half a straightaway ahead is the Brendan Edgar 4 machine and the 10 of Dennis Sabalski. They are battling for position. So Carson's going to have to deal with them carefully here. And coming up on them very shortly. There you see top left of your screen. Sabalski and Edgar just ahead of the leader. 10 to go this time by. 10 laps to go for Carson Nagy and a potential 2024 Dayco Superstock title. To the high side of Edgar, who disengaged from Sabalski on that battle. Good job by those drivers to just separate themselves. They knew the leaders were coming. It is a championship race. And that extended the lead of Nagy over Van der Wist Jr. as well. On the racetrack right now is for that 4th position. Jay Dewar and Lane Zardo almost side by side. Zardo to the inside of Dewar now for position. And Zardo will grab the 4th spot for now. Here comes Sean Chenoweth just behind them. Zardo will complete the pass. Back up to the 4th spot. Ryan Dyson running alone in 3rd. Chenoweth to the inside of Dewar just behind the 36, bottom right of your screen. Live ticker across the top. 7 to go this time by. Leader just took it. To the inside of Collison to the 13. Damage on that 13. On that front hood. Nagy's in some traffic, but no real gaggle of cars to deal with with 6 to go. It's been a tight battle all season long, and Carson Nagy trying to make it not a conversation at all.
Carson Nagy's really used every lap that he's run at Delaware this season to his advantage here and was able to hook this car up perfectly for this championship ending race. Sorry.
Into his most amount of traffic thus far, 3 cars there. He'll get by the 37 of Austin Penny. No problem there to the inside now of another vehicle, and continuing to carve his way through traffic. 3.5 laps to go. Vanderwish Jr. well back, but alone in second. Dyson comfortably in third. Dyson is a lap and a half, or sorry, 3/4 of a lap behind the leader. That's how dominant both Nagy and Vanderwish Jr. have been in this feature. Third place is 3/4 of a lap behind. Coming around, 2 to go, this time by for the 93 on Carson Nagy. Looking for a championship. Half a mile to go for the 93. Nobody in front. It's a victory cruise right now. Coming to the white flag. White flag on the speedway. Half a lap. Up the hill in turn 2. Down and back one more time. Came into tonight as the leader. Looking for a title through turns 3 and 4. Carson Nagy will win the 2024 Dayco Superstock Series Championship. Pete Vanderwish Jr. an impressive second place finish, followed by Ryan Dyson, Lane Zardo, Sean Chenoweth, your top 5. Steve Book, Jacob Booth, Daniel Hahn, Justin Collison, and Dennis Sabalski will round out the top 10. But it's that car right there, the 93 of Carson Nagy, who is currently battling for Delaware Speedway Superstock Series title, still to be sorted out, will win the 2024 Dayco Superstock Series Championship here tonight at Delaware Speedway. Dominating win, Kate.
Dominating win. Great way to end that series for Carson Nagy. Great race for Pete Vanderwish Jr. and Ryan Dyson parks it again in the top 3 after last week's win. So he's got to be happy with his performance. He's got a long weekend ahead of him.
There he is pulling up to victory lane. Carson Nagy. Momentarily we'll send it down to Jordan Mosley to hear from the winner of the feature and the 2024 champion, the 93 of Carson Nagy. Playing We Are the Champions from Queen here for Carson Nagy in that 93. Great run by Pete Vanderwish Jr. in the 7 and Ryan Dyson at 28. Ryan Dyson, a big weekend ahead. Good finish tonight, running his debut in the NASCAR Canada Series on Sunday. Out of the car, your 2024 Dayco Superstock Series champion, Carson Nagy. Let's send it down trackside to Jordan Maudsley.
Nagy. Carson, you made that one look easy. Obviously, it's been a heck of a season for you. Run me through that one.
Yeah, man, this car was unreal tonight. I can't thank everyone at McCall's today working on it. Paul, Joe, Nate came out and gave us a hand. Man, it was just unreal. It was just on rails from the start and took some big swings during the day, but man, it paid off.
What does it mean to you to win the second championship?
It's insane. I couldn't have imagined being a one-time champion, let alone to 2. It's nuts to me.
And I know a lot of people make this car go around every week. Who do you want to thank?
Yeah, absolutely. I got to thank HumberViewParts.ca, Queenston Chev, the Fireplace and Patio Shop, Royal Fence Limited, everybody here on my team, Nate, Hudson, Dad, Jordan came out and spotted for us today. Colton, he's had his hands all over this car as well. Just Thank you to everyone who sponsors us and gets us to the racetrack every week, and thank you everyone for coming out tonight.
A dominant evening and back-to-back championships for you.
There he is, your 2024 Dayco Superstock Series champ. We'll wrap things up on the other side of the break. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Ray saves you money, and that's the key on Chevy, Buick, GMC. Ray Cullen Chevrolet. You should drive by Ray today.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mario Elia, host of Keeping London Healthy here on Rogers TV. Join us Wednesdays at 6:30 where we discuss health topics relevant to you and bringing on experts in the field to give you the best, most up-to-date information. See you then.
I've been volunteering for almost a year now. I like volunteering at Rogers because I like working with cameras and just like make sure I get the perfect shot and learning more about like photography and like the aspect on how you film games. Well, some of the best parts about volunteering with Rogers is just learning, getting to meet new people while you're doing it, and just being behind the camera and learning more as you go.
Welcome back. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet, Chris Soares and Kate Friel. We have our final thoughts coming up, but first, let's check in down trackside. Third member of our team tonight did a great job tonight, Jeremy McGrady. Jer?
Thank you, Chris. Yeah, a great night for racing here, and this is just the beginning. Again, we have 2 more nights of racing here at Delaware Speedway for the Great Canadian Racing Weekend. Of course, the NASCAR Canada Series on Sunday, and obviously tomorrow with the Oscar and the ABC Series is here tomorrow as well. But again, a great night, cool night, breezy night here on the track. But again, congratulations to Carson Nagy being able to win the Dayco Superstock Series win, and just overall another great night here at Delaware Speedway. And I'll send it back up to you, Chris and Kate, for your final thoughts.
All right, thank you, Jeremy. Kate, let me lead you into your final thoughts. Carson Nagy, 2024 Dayco Superstock Series champion, but Bone Stocks, V8 Stocks, unofficially we have new points leaders heading into their next events.
So the points have all changed, and that just makes it a little bit more interesting for these last couple weeks here of racing at Delaware. Points are just a whole new beast when you're running for a championship. Unfortunately, Langford and Stewart both took a hit tonight, and they are going to have to try and rebound. I believe that the V8s are going to run again on Sunday, so the Stewart team's got to get home and get to work because they've only got a couple days to get that car ready to be back here for Sunday and put that vehicle back in contention for a championship.
If you want to come to the Great Racing Canadian Weekend here at Delaware Speedway, nights 2 and 3, DelawareSpeedway.com for ticket information. Our final broadcast of the season next Friday night. The Bone Stocks Superstocks is part of the itinerary. We'll see you next week. On behalf of Jeremy, Kate, myself, and the entire staff here, have a great weekend. We'll talk to you next Friday. It's Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
To critical government and community programs and services.
211. Help starts here.
All right, we've been like six hours plus.
Just over 6 hours on this.
Yeah. Okay, so, 275. So let's take a look and see what it looks like.
All right. Oh yeah.
Bubbling away.
Good.
Looks great. Already starting to fall off the bone.
It is.
You grab that. I'll get this closed up behind you.
Thank you.
And so now this was that bare shoulder that we worked on earlier.
It was.
We separated it from the shank, cleaned it all up, seasoned it, threw it in the cast iron. What are we gonna do now?
Here's the tricky part now. I don't know how this is gonna work. When this just comes right off like this.
This is our gravy. Are we gonna add anything to this, or
We're
this
gonna
is
add
all
a little
good?
bit more water here.
Okay. And then what are we gonna do? We're gonna use the bear claws again and pull this apart.
Pull it apart and then drizzle some of the sauce on it.
And then this we're just gonna pull and leave right on the platter.
We're gonna pull right apart here.
Want me to get this bone off of here? Oh, look at that. That falls apart pretty easy.
It does.
So now this one's seasoned up a little bit different than the shank.
Yep, this one was just salt, pepper, cumin,
garlic powder.
Yep. And that's it.
And that was it. A fair amount of salt.
Yep.
Part
That's
just
about
like that.
all, and we'll drizzle on the gravy on top.
Okay.
And then we'll serve it up.
Perfect. All right, so I'm going to, if you don't mind, I'm going to dig in here a little bit of Chef's Treat.
Yep.
And
Maybe dip it in the
try
gravy.
a little bit of that gravy. Oh, that looks good, and it's nice and warm. Wow. I thought it was going to be saltier than this because you put a fair amount of salt, but it's not. That pulled all the gaminess right out of it. Wow, that is just super. I can't believe how tender it is. Candace, Gord, thanks for a great day. It was a long day. We cooked the bear for 4 to 6 hours, depending on what cut. The tacos, the appetizers were great. I don't think anybody's hungry, but we still got lots of great food. Yep. Your backyard is beautiful. You made fantastic hosts. We really appreciated being here. Looking forward to the roasted vegetables that we did up earlier. We got the tabbouleh, and this is going to be great, nice and fresh. It looks so fresh. I can't wait to dig into that. And of course, this bear shoulder, and it just broke apart.
It tasted good.
Yeah, we did have a little bit of tasting ahead of time. So you're going to pour some gravy on here?
Yeah, we'll throw some gravy down on it.
So once again, thanks for having us. We appreciate it. And I look forward to coming back anytime you want to cook up some more food. We look forward to being here. Yeah. Hopefully it'll be a little bit cooler, but you know, that's what we get for filming
hottest day in the summer.
And the hottest day of the summer, right? But listen, we got a crowd forming at the table. Let's bring this over there.
Bring it over
and let's sit down and eat. With Jeff, and we're bringing you this week's barbecue tip. And once again, we brought Jill from Jill's Table, who's going to talk about knives. We're going to talk about using them to cut a beautiful steak. So a little bit earlier, Jill, I prepared a flank steak.
Okay, well this is one of my favorite cuts too, and the reason I like it is that you can cut it nice and thin. It's for that perfect time when you don't necessarily want everyone to have a big steak on their plate. They want maybe just a few slices. Cutting it is tricky because if you go with the grain, and it has a very definite striation, and if you go with the grain, you're going to have those chewy bits and they'll get stuck in your teeth, whereas if you go against the grain, you're going to cut across, and then it's going to be much more tender and easy to do. So the very easy way to do that, by you first take the first slice, and you'll know immediately whether you're with the grain or against the grain. And if you're with it, then you simply flip it over, then you're going against. And like we talked before, first thing you do, I'm going to do this with my carving knife. I'm going to get my steel and I'm going to hone my knife first, and again, 14-degree angle. I'm just going to realign those teeth. Okay, so let's get carving. So let's have a look. So it looks really good. We're going to just tuck in there and see which way we're going. And I've got against the grain. Yeah. So perfectly cooked, and I really like the fact you mentioned you let this rest. And that is another thing, Jeff, that people don't do. They don't let their meat rest. I always take it off the grill, put it on a rack. All the juices redistribute within it. If you don't do that, you know what happens.
Exactly.
Everything runs out on your board.
All the time. So important, so important.
Yeah, so I just stopped into my garden. Depending on what, I sometimes like rosemary with beef as well, so you can garnish your platter with some fresh herbs and just put that on there. And the other thing I often like to do is just a little finish of mulled and salt, which is a really good sea salt, and just crush it between my fingers over the top, and sometimes a little drizzle of olive oil. You mentioned you like olive oil. Yeah. And then you are all set. And leftovers, oh my gosh, next day.
Well, let's finish slicing this up.
Alrighty.
And once again, thanks very much for coming by and sharing some more knife tips with us.
You are most welcome.
Demonstrating how to cut up and talk about this flank.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
I walk for my partner who is on dialysis.
I walk in memory of my dad.
I walk for all those waiting for a kidney transplant.
I walk because I live with kidney disease. When you participate in the kidney walk or support someone who does, you're taking steps and providing hope to thousands of Canadians living with kidney disease. Behind every step, there's someone we walk for.
Who will you be walking for?
Who will you be walking for?
Who will you be walking for? Register or donate at kidneywalk.ca.
Dancing with the Stars, season premiere Saturday, September 21st on City TV.
This is Rogers TV.
You know what I find hilarious and laughable? That's when pro wrestlers cannot accept defeat. And I'm speaking about the Saturday Night Delight, Tyler Turva. You see, in our last encounter in St. Thomas, I defeated him. And Tyler Turva and all the people claimed that was a fluke. They claimed that I cheated. But at the end of the day, a win is a win. And you got bested by the Punjabi Prodigy. So, this Saturday, when I beat you again, despite your charisma, despite your athleticism, and despite your in-ring ability, you and everyone is gonna learn that the era of the Saturday Night Delight, Tyler Turva, is over, and the generation of the Punjabi Prodigy, Vikram Prasher, has just begun.
Strong words from Vikram Prasher to start our broadcast tonight. Welcome, folks, to Hammerlock Pure Wrestling.
Yeah, a lot of bad blood brewing between these two competitors after last week's matchup. And back at it, the St. Thomas Elgin County Railway Museum here. It's going to be Tyler Turva trying to get a little bit of revenge on the Punjabi Prodigy, Vikram Prasher. You know, as you heard Prasher say there, a win is a win. Hard to argue with that if you don't get into the details. I guess he did come out in with the win.
Exactly. That's all the record books remember, whether it's a win or a loss, and that is exactly what Vikram Prasher will tell you. Doesn't matter how it happens, a win, definitely just a win.
Do you think there's mirrors on the inside of those sunglasses too? A man who loves himself more than anyone else in Hammerlock Pure Wrestling.
Absolutely, no question about it. Vikram Prasher's number one fan just happens to be Vikram Prasher.
You got to believe referee Seamus White going to have his eyes especially peeled for some shenanigans from Vikram Prasher once again this matchup.
Absolutely. In a place like Hammerlock Pure Wrestling where the rules are taken so seriously, sneaking out a cheat win like that, it almost falls on the referee a little bit, you know? I imagine that the Hammerlock Pure Wrestling Commission had a little chat with them, made sure that don't let Vikram slip a second one out here. and make sure it's fair game against the Saturday Night Delight.
Oh, great. We get to hear from Vikram once again.
Fans in St. Thomas can't wait to hear what Mr. Prasher has to say.
Boos ringing through the Railway Museum here in St. Thomas.
Bold words by Vikram Prasher. Definitely not winning any fan favorite awards here in Hammerlock Pure Wrestling.
And ask him if he cares. The pose in the corner there would suggest that's a no.
Absolutely not.
Again, Prasher reminding everyone he ended up in the win column.
Now here is a man that is looking to ruin the day of Vikram Prasher, get that win back that Vikram is gloating in his face.
You know, Tyler Turva, a man who also loves himself, but in a different way, it seems. He lets the fans celebrate with him.
Exactly. He brings people into the excitement that is the Saturday Night Delight.
He's going to make sure he does everything in his power to not let that happen again, what happened last time here in St. Thomas.
Crowd firmly in Tyler Turva's corner in this match. Not always the case, but when you're against someone like Vikram Prasher.
Funny how that works. You always seem to be the good guy when Vikram Prasher's on the other side of the ring.
That's true. Turva taking his time, maybe playing some mind games.
Yes, please. Simple game plan here for Tyler Turva, the Saturday Night Delight.
Absolutely simple, but possibly effective. Both men calling their shots before this match. Only one of them will succeed. It's going to be an interesting bout here, folks.
You know, maybe the most frustrating part about the Punjabi Prodigy is he can back up a lot of what he says, too.
Oh, there's no question about it. You know, we talk a lot about Vikram Prasher and his attitude, but once that bell rings, he is a renowned technician in the ring. He will twist you, he will hurt you, he will make you feel pain like you haven't felt it before.
That plus looking out for those dirty tricks. A bad combination.
Dangerous combination. Prasher going low and getting in the mind of the Saturday Night Delight there.
Turva a little worried that he fell for something early in this matchup. Regrouping, though. And looking for that test of strength.
Another mind game between these two men.
Unable to lock fingers right into a lockup here, and Prasher with the early advantage.
You know, both of these men have very technical movesets, like we mentioned earlier. Both very skilled in between these ropes, but I imagine the key to victory in this match is going to be in the mind game department.
Well, is that slap to the back of the head? Was that a technical move there from Vikram Prasher?
Absolutely not, but as you can see, Turva firing up after that. Maybe Prasher getting in his head a bit. That's how Prasher got the win last time. Will a mistake like that get made again from the Saturday Night Delight?
Would have had the opposite effect that Prasher wanted with that smack to the back of the head. As you said, fired up Turva. You can see it in his eyes. And a huge chop in the corner. Across the ring, back into the turnbuckle.
Across the ring with force, I might add.
Turva is feeling it. He wound up and swung for the fences on that one. Both men jockeying for position. Face full of boot.
Turva one step ahead in that maneuver. With a little time to gloat.
The balance and athleticism of the Saturday Night Delight on display here. And chasing down Prasher. He's not going to let him walk out of the St. Thomas Elgin County Railway Museum here.
Seems like Vikram Prasher might have just remembered an appointment he has to be at.
How convenient.
Indeed.
Shot right between the eyes for Tyler Turva.
Turns out that appointment was with a fist right to the face.
And getting right into the action here. The crowd here in St. Thomas with a front row seat to see Vikram Prasher get smacked right between the eyes. Is he getting a tag team partner in here? Is it becoming a handicap match?
A little bit of crowd participation.
Oh!
A fierce slap! My goodness!
Wow, razor sharp chop from those two young men. And one from Turva as well.
A trifecta of vicious chops.
Referee Seamus White being lenient on the interference there.
Have to imagine maybe that's bending the rules coming back to bite Prasher there.
Oh!
Get Seamus White in trouble.
And Turva off that ring post and dropped right into the front, even second row here in St. Thomas. And Prasher now got to watch himself, hands on the shoulder of referee Seamus White.
Telling him to get back in the ring and count. Prasher already proved he will take a win no matter what it takes. A count out definitely is a win in the Vikram Prasher column.
You know, our